it worked.
Let's fix
There
it.
we
Oh
go.
my god.
Beautiful. Okay, excellent.
miracle.
Shared chat is
What?
on.
I don't know what changed. I've not a clue what changed.
As
Twitch
far as
is just-
I'm
Oh,
aware.
God.
Okay, we're good. It's happened.
It's okay, it was clearly a
Right.
Twitch problem. Like, you
Lauren,
guys were doing
Barbara,
it on me.
Adam. To the rest of you, we were literally just doing the same thing over and over again, and then one time it
Oh
worked. I'm not.
gosh.
What is my life right anyway? So we're ready to start. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yippee!
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm so excited.
All right. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just check you. Check you one by one, and then also I can check that the avatar's working. That I think they are. Earl, are you ready?
Excellent.
Lauren, are you ready?
Indeed.
Barbara, are you ready?
Indeed.
May, are you ready?
Yes.
Adam, are you ready?
Aye.
Ronnie, are you ready?
Think so.
Yippee.
All right.
Well, that's
Okay,
reassuring.
Let me. Yep. No. No. It's okay. I'm never sure. You should
May,
know
did you
this.
send that
All
money
right.
to Mum?
No,
Girl,
I'm doing it now.
when I fucking
Okay.
get you.
I am gonna start us off. Here we go. I'm gonna read you a little bit of an intro to the campaign, or rather, I'm gonna read a dream that you will have, and then I'm going to take you right to where we begin our campaign at the Witchlight Carnival. So, okay. You awaken to a profound feeling of loss, your mind reaching out into a fog of confusion. Not all at once, but at a gradual pace, your vision returns to you. You are soaring far above a once familiar land, your homeland, the Sword Coast. But something isn't quite right. Something is missing. It seems the world itself is a pale reflection of your reality. A name creeps from the dark corners of your mind, the Shadowfell, a terrifying echo, a mirror world bound by darkness. You draw closer, falling deeper into the dark world before you. Standing down a wide, dimly lit alley is a peculiar ashen-skinned duo. The first commands your attention, a tall, gaunt man who cuts an eerie figure. His flamboyant attire hangs off his slim figure in stark contrast to the dreary surroundings, billowing like the tattered remnants of a forgotten masquerade. Standing beside him, a broad and imposing gentleman, donned in a one-fine suit that bears the mark of time's cruel passage. His top hat casting a long shadow over his grim, square face. Standing opposite the figures is a vision of a woman with an otherworldly presence, an athletic purple-skinned figure with a tall, bat-like ears that frame her striking facial features. She wields a sword that emanates a flickering pinkish red glow, its surreal light bathing the scene. You cannot hear the words that pass between the enigmatic trio, but the purple-skinned woman reaches out a hand, and the two each extend their own. One after the other, they clasp her hand in what appears to be friendship and agreement. She hands the larger man a small golden trinket, and he bows in reverence at the gift. You aren't sure why, but you get the sense that the three struck a deal of utmost importance. Your attention snaps upward as a dark shadow swings within the echoing bell tower, its toll sending shivers down your spine. High atop the tower's roof, an ominous raven perches its beady eyes locked onto you, its presence foreboding. Sinister voices fill the air with hideous, echoing laughter, chilling your very soul. Again, you look at the tower and see three ominous shadows soaring above. Hags! The two ashen-skinned men walk away, stepping towards a garish, multicolored wagon. A shadow, an undead child, and a giant frog sneak into the back of the carriage. The witches cackle above. The Shadowfell collapses into its own darkness. The world begins to slowly but surely fall away from you. And with the last chime of the rusty church bell, you startle awake, your heart pounding and finding that you are drenched in a cold sweat. Just a dream. But as you sit up in your bed on a bright sunny morning where the light begins to stream through your windows like a spotlight that casts its gaze onto you, you remember exactly what the date is. The day that the Witchlight Carnival comes to town. And I'm going to put you on your first map. Yuppie.
Yippee.
Mm.
I hope you know that when
Oh,
I say
wow.
that yippee, May, I'm doing an impression of you.
Yippee.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
All right. Can everyone see this map? Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. The travelling extravaganza known as the Witchlight Carnival visits your world once every 8 years. You have a dim memory of sneaking into the carnival as a child without paying for a ticket. That memory has grown foggy over time, though it conjures a weirded mixture of emotions, wonder and awe mixed with loss and regret. During this childhood visit, your character lost something. You tried to find it, but the carnival owners, a pair of elves named Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, were undecidedly unhelpful.
Silly little screeching pricket,
Said Witch.
you forgot to buy a ticket.
The carnival goes round and round, said Light. The multiverse is our playground. Nothing's free and nothing's lost. Every visit has its cost. As time passed, your heart became less heavy, and you gave less and less thought to those childhood events. Now, for reasons you can't explain, the longing to retrieve that which you lost has resurfaced, as though an old spell has faded away, allowing you to feel the loss as sharply as if it happened yesterday. The Witchlight Carnival has returned to this edge of the Sword Coast. Bright blue sky shining overhead as the sun begins to pour its rays over an afternoon that you find yourselves standing near a ticket booth by the entrance, just as the carnival is about to open. There you meet others who look as troubled as you. Without knowing how or why, you sense that each of them has lost something as well. Perhaps today, fate has brought you together. At present, you are... Let's have a look here. At the main entrance, a ticket booth of sorts. A silver statue of a dancing fairy is mounted upon the roof of this ticket booth, surrounded by dancing butterflies. Even though it's afternoon here, the air of this carnival feels as if you had stepped into another world entirely, the darkening shadows of the trees around you making you feel as if you are in a special, magical enclosed space. The booth is decorated with an animated depiction of the night sky, with shooting stars arching across it. An elderly goblin perches behind the ticket counter, peering at you quizzically through the spyglass. He lowers the spyglass as he calls out to several guests within the queue, leaving the five of you after he admits the person just before you. I will let the five of you have a chat to each other, if you'd like to. Actually, we'll do this in a very artfully crafted way here. We'll go to where I've arranged you on this map. Everyone can see this, yes? And we'll start off with... We'll go through this little circle that you're stood in. Vivi, when the rest of the group look at you, what do they see?
As the light of the lantern she stands beneath glows, it almost seems to catch in the sort of iridescent, sort of like bright, sort of white of her hair. A pretty average-sized drow stands before you, but nothing about her beauty is average. She is strikingly beautiful. Her eyes are radiant and almost glow as bright as the lights that emanate from the carnival. She wears a sort of short, there's armor on her shoulders, not very much, however, but there is sort of a leather top and a long skirt that has a sort of long slit up her leg that almost like blows around with the breeze very lightly. She's very poised, her chin sort of lifted, but not enough to seem very pompous, and currently in her hand is a flute, something that she would always carry around with her, but you can very clearly see around her that she carries several instruments, a pan flute on her belt, alongside a belt with other little tidbits and things hanging from it. There is a smile on her face and an air about her that is very serene, but quite alluring.
Thank you very much. You shift your eyes from the striking drow, dressed in all of her bardic beauty, and we turn to Trillian. Trillian, when the group focus their eyes upon you as the second in the group here, what do they see?
You will see a relatively tall and rather heavily armored woman in contrast to Vivi, you know. Instead of cloth and sort of like general clothing, you'll see armor, and she will basically be standing as one would expect a sort of heavily armored cleric would, somewhat almost soldiery, less almost even regally maybe. The thing you'll notice about her is that even as she stands there, you notice a kind of weird green eminence coming from her. It's like you'll see her skin's kind of pale, there's deep black hair, but there's still, her eyes are green, even her skin seems to have a little faint green tinge to it, which you perhaps haven't seen in other people before, but other than that, she is kind of standing as almost as if she doesn't necessarily want to be seen fully, but is nevertheless visible.
Thank you. As you take in the sight of this woman almost darkened by the shadows herself, pale skin striking against dark features and darker armor, I will turn to the third person in your group here, Oz. What do the group see when they look upon you?
When the others first look upon him, they'd see a rather kind of bulking figure. He's a tall elf male. He's very pale. His white hair blends almost seamlessly into his skin, and it is in a tight braid that goes way past his hips. You could actually see some metal glints in his hair from thorns almost fastened between it. He has a heavy expression but very piercing blue eyes, and he seems like the weight of his armour is not necessarily the only thing that weighs heavy on his shoulders, but he just seems to be quietly observing everyone. His attire is a very simple concoction of what a paladin would wear for light armour, but also a tunic with the engraving of Ilmater over the right breast. Quite simple garb, kind of simple man. That's it really.
Thank you. As you turn your eyes from this hardened warrior, this battle-worn paladin of the Ilmater, to the fourth in your little circle here, I go to Adet. Adet, what do the group see when they turn their eyes to you?
When when they look at Adet, they see a very small, petite but very elegant looking woman. Her hair is very bright scarlet and her eyes shine like gold. She looks like the epitome of a noble woman. She wears a mixture of black and violet flowing clothing, and she is perfectly poised. She is standing tall. Her shoulders are completely back. She's very opposite of what Vivi described herself as. She looks pompous. She looks like if you ran into her, she would create a problem. That is kind of it. She just looks very elegant, very pompous, but very striking, very beautiful.
All right, thank you. Well, turning from the perhaps very haughty, poised woman who appears to have an air of pomposity about her, I think that's a word, we turn last but not least to the last member of your group, who I believe actually, given all the appearances here, might have the most outwardly different looking appearance here, to Ciel. Ciel, what do the group see as the last member of this little conglomerate here outside the carnival as they turn their eyes to you?
Indeed, I would say that what you see is quite the opposite to most of you, so elegant, more pompous presenting, while who stands here cannot be better described by a very, very glaring representant of a city's a town scoundrel. They have very much a disheveled, wild hair of these purple tones of different colors that intertwine in this chaotic mess covering half of their face. Their skin is quite pale. It looks like it should have some color, but it looks more towards ashen. It's still preserving some of it of a more human, like hue, but very much like as if sunlight has never touched it. Um, you can see from underneath the locks there is a scar coming down over over their nose, down from one side and on the other side, going opposite ways from his eye. Eyes that are golden, quite striking, suspicious, but also very playfully looking around. You're not quite sure if they are measuring you out, if they are looking for your pockets, if they are simply just, looking at a distance and thinking about their own plans and things. They also have a lot of jewelry, except their jewelry is a lot of piercings. There's a couple of piercings on their brow, one on their nose, small golden jewels just hanging from their ears, as there is a perpetual cheeky smile on their lips. They're dressed also not elegant at all. Their attire is quite basic. It's also in a bit more of a popular colors. Well kept, but so raggy, with a red scar covering their neck slightly and their shoulders decorated by golden flowers, and tattoos of a bit more of a scarlety color running like circles around their arms.
Wonderful. As the vagabond next to you is the last to. I've just seen Obi in the chat, but can't wait to see Ronnie TPK. As you look around the lovely and varied array of faces before you, you turn your attention back to the elderly goblin who is sat by the ticket booth. He turns to you now with a raised eyebrow, drumming his fingers across the hardwood beneath his his palm as he turns to you all, now with a toothy grin, and says to you,
Greetings, fairgoers. How many tickets am I admitting today?
Just one for me, please.
Oz will just silently take out his coin purse and go up and pay for everyone's ticket.
as you approach the
Ciel is
ticket
good.
booth, Oz.
Sorry?
CL, go ahead. CL, go ahead.
No,
I'll
it's just
go
like
back to
if Ciel is just going to look quite surprised at it, but you'll hear him Butter just go, "Well, don't mind if I do."
Evie sort of like cocks her brow and goes, "Nonsense, nonsense. A musician can pay for her own ticket. Believe me, I'm not that broke." She kind of strolls up and very politely kind of insists to get her own coin.
I really meant no ill intent, miss. I apologise if that caused any offence.
She sends him sort of a gentle smile and goes, "Oh, nonsense, nonsense. Absolutely no concern of mine. I just rather not have anybody pay for anything that I might call, sir." And she kind of like looks over at the others and just goes,
Oz is going to turn to the sales attendant and just say, when I was a child, I came here before, and I was unable to pay for my ticket since then. So just consider this lady's ticket that I was going to pay for as my repentance for when that happened previously. Thank you.
The goblin will adjust his monocle and then stroke a hand through his beard and say,
Well, before I admit you to these tickets, can I have your names, please? Carnival policy, you know.
Just Oz, it's fine, sir. Thank you.
Evie is like blinks a little like at what Oz said to the attendant and things for a moment. There's almost a look of concern on her face and things, or intrigue. And then hearing the request, she turns around and goes, apologies. I am the songbird of the Sword Coast, Lady of Song, laureate of the light and flutist of the turning age, or just put me down, I guess. That works too.
you'll see Trillian just literally just kind of like take a step forward, just like very kind of heavily, I guess. You know, she's in heavy armor, of course she's going to step heavily. She will just go up towards the goblin or the gnome and just kind of take out her own coin purse and then hand him the money and be like, charity is better suited for someone other than me. I will pay for my own ticket, and the name is Trillian.
Yell is going to kind of lean towards us with a conspiranoia face. She's going, well, I'm not above charity, and the name is CL.
I'm happy to buy anyone's ticket that isn't able to, but yes, either way, that's fine. Again, my apologies if I ruffled anyone's feathers.
Well, I won't say no to a gift, even if it's from a stranger. Thank you.
And he simply just kind of gives her a nod in return. You can tell he's not probably a man of many words, and this is maybe the most he's spoken in a good while.
The goblin will eye seemingly a piece of parchment that he's got just behind a piece of glass that separates you from him, and he'll turn to you, Odette, just at the end here and say, "Are you perchance Odette Nightingale?"
Oh. I didn't realize that there were guest lists. Yes, you're correct.
At this point, you'll notice as he'll make a noise, and then he'll actually count up the money from Trillian, give it back to Trillian. He'll hand your coin purse back to you, Oz, and then he'll push your coins towards you, Vivian, and he'll say, "Well, it appears today your tickets have already been paid for. Got you down on the list here, see?"
Very well.
So you'll see Trillian's just face kind of scowl, and she'll just look at him and go, already on the list? As in someone knew you were coming?
He nods in almost a comical fashion and then smiles at you with his toothy grin once more, and he says, "Precisely, an anonymous benefactor, if you will."
For all of us.
Well, that's a first
Yes,
for me.
quite.
Hmm.
Yes, I've got I've got your brief descriptions and your names written over here. He'll wave the parchment in front of your face where it kind of flutters in the wind, and you'll just be able to catch your names in very, heavy scrawled handwriting, and says, "Yes, you've all had your tickets paid for, so now all that's left to tell me is what colour butterfly wings you'd like, and of course, welcome to the Witchlight Carnival."
You get butterfly
Some of you may
wings?
remember. Yes, so some of you may remember, as when you attended the Witchlight Carnival as a child, the way that you are shown that you are a paying attendee, or rather you have been paid for, is you are given a pair of colourful cloth butterfly wings, and this shows the staff at the Witchlight Carnival that you are paid attendees. And this is how many of you may remember 8 years ago that you were not given a pair of these, having snuck in yourselves. So you'll see as he'll go through where he's got just shelves stacked of different colours, and he'll turn to you all expectingly, seemingly just assuming that you'll accept the fact that you've had your tickets paid for, but with your names and seemingly your appearances already dashed down on a list here, it perhaps brings a more important question just before your entry.
Well, I, for one, would love a pair of lilac wings.
Beautifully chosen. And he'll take a pair of lilac ones from behind the shelf and hand them over to you.
Thank you.
The simplest ones will do me fine, thank you.
He'll eye you up and down and say, I think green would befit you rather well. And he'll reach for a pair of green wings and hand them to you in a similar fashion.
Thank you.
Well, pop is my colour, but I'll not say no to scarlet either.
He'll rifle through them and say, how about a darker purple? I think they might contrast your hair rather nicely. and he'll hand you a pair of very, like, sort of like a mauve colour wings over to your back.
Oh, thank you.
You'll see Trillian kind of like just bite her lip as she's kind of like almost discussing herself internally, and she'll kind of just like her mouth will open slightly, no sound will come out until eventually she'll just kind of blurt out somewhat quickly. Gold. Do you have gold?
We've got a sparkly yellow. I suppose that would count as gold. Yes, these will do just nicely.
And he'll reach for the pair of yellow wings that got sort of a glitter brush across them, the same manner that the others have been, and he'll hand those to you.
She'll kind of take them and kind of hold them, and maybe a little bit too delicately for someone of her size, but nevertheless take them.
Vivi kind of like eyes this with a sort of smile and just goes, "Ah, well, it seems great minds do indeed think alike. I shall too take a sparkling gold. The stars in the night sky seem to reflect it, so."
And a pair of gold for a brilliant part. Well, that's all of you outfitted now. I'll pass you over a map here. One moment.
And he'll just rifle under the table here, and he'll get you a map, which I'm going to give to you, I think. Can find it. Let's have a look.
I think we're all being like too polite as well. We're like waiting for the other people to speak.
He'll pass you a ticket each, which looks like this.
Cute.
Cute.
Love that. Nice.
I've got. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the session information channel, if you will. It loads. There we go. So he'll smooth over this map as he puts it on the table and pushes it towards you. And he'll continue and say,
Well, if that's all, enjoy your visit to the Witchlight Carnival and have a very exciting, epic time within the Sword Coast visit of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Thank you, good sir. She's just gonna walk ahead of everyone.
CL is just going to give a bow to the goblin, like a bit of a comical one, and just slip past to following.
Trillian will not say a word. She will just give a curt nod and then kind of like just walk somewhat behind everyone. But maybe she is a bit confused about why she is following people in the first place, especially people she doesn't know. But hey.
Also,
Maybe.
just politely indicate that Vivi can go first.
No worries.
For manners and stuff.
Vivi will sort of send Oz a smile and look back to sort of Nicholas and just say, "Well, you have a very pleasant evening," and she takes a glide sort of through.
he'll tip his spyglass back to you and say,
And you too, may you have a delightful day, full of all that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light have to offer.
and he will salute you on as you pass through. And this is where this part of our adventure will actually get very interesting. So if you look in session information, I've posted a map for all of you. It should load in higher resolution. If it doesn't, let me know. It's a pretty big one. This is one that he's handed out to you as a group. You get to tell me where you'd like to go. So I'll just introduce this a little bit. As you pass through the ticket office here with... It's a pretty big map.
What's a calliope?
That's a great question. I'll have a look for you. As you pass through into the Witchlight Carnival now with Nicholas Midnight, the elderly goblin attendee, admitter, passing you through and wishing you a brilliant day amongst the beauty of the Witchlight Carnival, which has revisited the Sword Coast for the first time again in 8 years. You enter under a... Where's my handout? Here we go. Oh, this is just a picture of the... There we go. Under a dazzling array of colours that seemingly alight your senses, this excitement beginning to burn like embers within your soul. But you know that cloaked within all of these feelings that you have, this childlike wonderment that you see upon witnessing the carnival for the first time, that something within you has pulled you here. For whatever reason, or perhaps it is something that you've lost, or maybe there's something else that you tell yourself as to why you've shown up to the Witchlight Carnival 8 years on. You've come here for a purpose. And if it wasn't already enough, if perhaps it's was not just a coincidence that the five of you appeared to have been stood outside the ticket booth with each other, it appears that all of your tickets have already been mysteriously paid for. As you take your first steps into the Witchlight Carnival, dazzled by the many different attractions, stalls, and several carnival hands that seemingly welcome you into this wondrous site that has been set up just on the edge of the Sword Coast, you have perhaps a multitude of different places that you can visit at your behest. But I suppose that will come down to you as a group deciding where it is you'd like to go first, if perhaps there are not any more distracting conversations that need to happen before you take your first steps in to revisit where you had left seemingly 8 years ago in a blink of an eye. To answer your question, Calliope is, well, this really doesn't help me. What the heck? What is that?
I've never heard of a Calliope.
Well, this is news to me as well, trust me. It's it's an instrument. It's one of these. It's I'm just gonna put this in. I'm gonna put it in session information. It's one of those.
Oh, I
That's
see.
It's one of those
Oh my
instruments that
God.
gets like, yeah, it gets pulled along on a wagon, and then it gets like played.
It's a
The only
music
Calliope.
wagon.
The only Calliope I know is a muse, so
Yeah, I did not know what that was. So, as you step through, padding on the soft grass underfoot, where seemingly this area of grassland has been transformed into the Witchlight Carnival once again by the magical prowess of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, is there anything you say to each other? Perhaps it is a suggestion about where you'd like to go first, or maybe it's a leading on question to perhaps how someone, a mysterious benefactor, as Nicholas Midnight bid you, knew you were going to arrive here today.
Evie will sort of like saunter, sort of like slow her steps to sort of like towards where Oz is, sort of like leaning close to him and go, I hope you're not still carrying the guilt of sneaking into this carnival, because I too am guilty of that.
Oh. It's quite all right. I'm sure I was already forgiven a long time ago. I merely thought to pay my dues just now. But I'm glad to know I wasn't the only one, my lady.
Yes, this is quite a mysterious place, but yes, it's cropped itself up from time to time, especially with its incoming arrival, but yeah, it would do nobody any good to harbour such a small little fault of all those years ago to this day.
Well, I would hold on to that thought just yet, because as far as I'm concerned, there's now 3 of us here who have mysteriously just, got in without a ticket and now have been paid for. Yell just talks as he is walking slightly in front of you without turning.
Trillian, in contrast, will kind of like her arms are crossed. She's kind of, you can see she's kind of somewhat of a defensive posture, and she'll just kind of very quietly mumble, I just want to know paid for our ticket.
What was that, love? Speak louder.
Her eyes will kind of shoot open as she realised you've heard her because she was more mumbling to herself. And she go, who paid for us?
That's what I would like to know as well.
A fine question. I, for one,
Oh.
believe we shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. After all, maybe we've been guided here.
I,
I
for
really
one,
wish to
believe the
thank-
exact opposite.
I merely wish to give my thanks to whoever had done this. It was a kind gesture.
We are about to pay very dearly for this.
Well, surely we can all afford the carnival. We wouldn't have shown up otherwise.
I'm not going to break that illusion for you, my lady. And Ciel is going to very much, once again, very clownishly just bow.
Maybe it's for the best.
Perhaps
Oz
we
is
should-
gonna be. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you go.
Oz is going to be kind of like looking at the map that the goblin had gave them previously, and he's going to notice the lost property section on the map, and he's going to think to himself for a second and realise that's pretty much where he wants to go for his first destination. And he's going to look to the others and kind of clear his throat a bit because he doesn't really want to be too rude with grabbing their attention. I have somewhere I do particularly want to go. You all are welcome to come with me, or if you have your own places. I wish you a good time at the carnival, and I hope we can maybe run into each other again. He's going to kick himself for being how awkward as well.
Trilly is going to look at you, kind of like a somewhat of a concentrated stare, and just look at you and go, I don't know any of you, but whatever it has decided to pay for our tickets has decided to link us together, so perhaps we should remain close by for now. There's gotta be some reason why we've been let in without having to pay.
I mean,
I'm sure we'll
to
get
my
around to
experience.
what to do later. Sorry, go on.
No, I mean, to my experience, staying by the side of anyone has never gone well for me. But if you want to take the odds, be my guest. It sounds entertaining.
Oz is going to have started walking to lost property. I'm sorry about this point.
As you're stood just past the ticket booth, just before the Cali open on the right of the Lost Property building, you'll notice that there are the excited screams of children who seemingly reach their hands towards the air, where you will notice that a 12-foot-tall walking tree garlanded in golden ribbons marches down through the thoroughfare. Emerald clouds swirl above the tree and rain down gold-spinning sycamore seeds. Fair goes around you trying to catch the seeds before they hit the ground. And as the seeds gently fall, a chatty squirrel scampers along the boughs of the tree, handing dandelions to select passerbys. You will hear a voice echo seemingly from the heights above you, where you realise that this is a tree sapling, and you will hear a booming voice, seemingly from the heavens here, go, "Hello down there! Watch out for those dandelion seeds!" And this is a very kindly tree in here, a tree sapling called Northwind. And you'll notice that the little squirrel who is with him in this picture is called Red. And you'll notice that Northwind here appears to be encouraging onlookers to catch the falling seeds before they touch the ground. And you'll notice that this little squirrel, which is just skittering about along the boughs of the tree, will seemingly begin to join in with this. Except you'll notice that Red actually begins to scurry up to these dandelions, catch them in his tiny little paws, and then he will. Who's at the front of the group right now? Would you say?
Probably me.
I would say either Oz or me, because I walked ahead of people. But if Oz is like planning on going to lost property and he's toddling off,
He's got
probably
big
him.
legs.
He got them big legs.
He's walking.
Red will scurry up to you, Adept, and have this little dandelion in his paws, and he'll hand it to you. And you'll hear him say with a tiny little squeaky voice,
Here, that's for you. Make a wish and then blow the dandelion seeds into the air.
and he'll give you a little dandelion.
Why, thank you.
And you'll notice as Red will do the same thing about 4 times over, to the point where this little squirrel will very nimbly and deftly catch these dandelions and pass them to the remaining 4 of you as he does so.
Vivi will very, very happily, like, sort of smile upon the display and, again, could glide over and deftly sort of like lift a hand and take the dandelion very gently and say, "A wish, you say? Any wish?"
It's any wish.
Well, then I certainly won't take it for granted, and she will definitely sort of like blow on the dandelion.
Right, my loves, I've got 2 very fun things for you to do here. If your character blows the dandelion seeds, you know it's the ones where it's got the very wispy seeds, where it's less of a flower, more of you know, you take the verdant stem and you just blow it through into the air where you make a wish as a child. If you make a wish on this, could you write it down and either put it in your character channel or DM it to me? And also, given that you've all taken a dandelion, could everyone roll me 1d8, please?
Oh. 1d8, right?
Yes, 1d8.
Damn.
Okay. This is... Alright, so, you'll notice as you accept these dandelions that some of them may begin to transform in a way. Adet, you'll notice that the seed as you go to blow these seeds off the stem will begin to just glow in your hand, and then it will transform into a single gold piece.
Is this magic?
Trillion, you will watch as the stem begins to dissipate, seemingly swept away on the wind, as the seeds hurtle by before you, the air around you, an atmosphere of floating dandelion seeds. And Trillion specifically, you gain a die, a d4, which you can add to 1 ability check it makes before the next dawn.
You'll kind of just see Trillion just watching this dandelion as it moves and disappears, and you'll kind of see almost like a weirdly disappointed look in her face. But nevertheless, thank you.
Yeah,
Vivi and
you
Oz,
will...
you rolled the... Go ahead, Asiel.
No, it's just like Cielda would also be making a wish, but you will see that for a second their expression is going to be still smiley, but a bit more nostalgic or quiet even, as they're going to gently blow on the seed.
Oz and Vivi, you rolled the same number here, so until dawn, you both gain the following personality trait, which is I am easily amused, and any conflicting character trait you have is suppressed in the meantime. And
What would you
last
say
but
if
not
I told
least-
you nothing changed? I'm joking.
I could only accept that. And Ciel, last but not least, you gain a die, but this time it is a d8, and you can add this to 1 ability check you make before the next dawn.
Lovely.
Put these in your character channels, so I don't forget who's got what.
I can't get over how cute
As-
Northwind is.
Right, and they're so sweet. And Red will give you a little wave of his tiny little paws, and he'll say,
I hope all your dreams come true. Enjoy the carnival.
and then you'll see as he scurries back up onto Northwind, and Northwind will similarly give you a very hefty wave of his branch-like arms, looking down to all of you and saying, "May all of your dreams come true at the Witchlight Carnival," before he seemingly saunters off into the other direction, passing under several rows of colourful lights and many ornate arches.
Aw. Vivi will sort of cast a hand up and give a very sort of gentle wave with a smile from ear to ear and say, "Well, good evening, my friends. Enjoy the carnival."
I didn't bring my coins. She's just gonna put it down between her chest in her prison pocket.
Trillian will just look at you kind of quizzically and go, then how are you paying for things if you don't have a coin purse?
Oh. I don't have to worry about that. My bursar will handle it later.
Normally, when I come somewhere without a coin purse, it means I'm just going to take someone else's, not that someone else will actually come and do the money for me. That's handy.
That's... I'm almost glad I didn't bring my coin purse now.
That's probably for the best, you're right. And he's going to give you like a very playful wink.
Odette kind of looks disgusted.
And Ciel looks absolutely like that's exactly the effect expression he was expecting.
Vivi kind of like sort of lifts the sort of like the pan flute very playfully and goes, "Well, stealing's not the only way one can make money upon dire straits."
You are quite correct, but it is a very enticing one.
It's certainly different, I would say, but enticing, that's subjective. I guess.
Well, I'm not as talented as some other people here, so, you know, have to go by somehow.
Well, talent is also subjective.
Depends.
Why would it be dependent?
Well, if it is subjective, then it certainly depends on something.
Well, I think someone could be talented at very, very many things, and it's not very limited to sets array. It can be much more widespread.
Perhaps. I guess it depends on how much you actually believe a person can handle.
Well, I mean, I live in Baldur's Gate, and I've seen very many talented thieves, though none have been as lucky to get anything past me, I would say.
Oh, well, that just sounds like a challenge.
If you're finished squabbling, I believe Oz had somewhere he wanted to go.
I want to tell you he walked away.
Um,
I want to tell you he walked away because from wishing on the thing, after he pinned it to his breast, he kind of noticed all the lights in the sky and all the fibers from the flowers, and just a kind of dumb smile just like covered his face for a second. And he definitely does look like the epitome of a gentle giant right now. And then he just started walking away towards. He doesn't even know if he's going to the Lawson property now because he's too busy looking up, to be honest. And I think he would have. He knew he would have started laughing at all of you, kind of squabbling a little bit. Had he stayed any longer.
If you all head over to Lost Property with Oz, I can tell you what you see there.
Yeah?
Alright. So, you take a path just around the corner here to the Lost Property, the chimes of the Calliope ringing in your ears even as you pass. And you see that the Lost Property wagon is just stationed not too far from the ticket booth, probably for good reason. Outside of the wagon is a large feline creature with midnight blue fur. It has a pair of tentacles extending from its shoulders and wears fake butterfly wings. Hanging from its collar is a small wooden keg. The creature roughhouses with 2 young boys. One squeals, "Again, Derla, again!" while the other hangs onto the creature's neck. And this creature here is, I'm going to give you a handout, is a displacer beast called Derlagron.
Oh my god!
I'm in love.
I want one.
I also
Some
want
of you
one.
may remember Derla from your visit 8 years ago. And Derla for short, or Derlaground, is a grey whiskered displacer beast that looks after stray children until they can be reunited with their parents.
Oh.
The keg fastened onto her collar is filled with toffee apple juice and fitted with a spigot for easy pouring. The juice never fails to console an upset child. And as you arrive here, you'll see that there are 2 young boys who are here with the displacer beast. And as you arrive, the displacer beast will turn to the 5 of you here and say, "Greetings, carnival goers. Are you missing a child, perhaps?"
A child?
Well, I'm much too young to be a mother.
Kind of child.
The Derla will lick the back of her paw and then kind of smooth it over one of her ears, and she'll chuckle, her sharpened fangs seemingly forming a grin here, and she'll say, "Ah, but do forgive me. I should have known. Well, welcome to the Witchlight Carnival. I won't caution you, though. Some things go missing from the Witchlight Carnival and never come back."
Yeah, something like that. It's a big place.
You'll notice that as she's talking to you, that one of the 2 boys who's with her is messing around with one of the boxes behind her. You would imagine these are lost property boxes. And you'll notice that the boy, the older one here, will pick up like a mirrored ball from the lost property wagon. And it will look like he's going to start playing with it, as if he's maybe looking to throw it to his brother. However, seemingly out of reflex more than anything else, you'll watch that Derla here will snatch the ball back with a snarl and a flick of one of her tentacles. And seemingly at this, Vero, the older boy, sorry, you will know the name of this character in a second, alone. And you'll watch as she just hisses at this child, seemingly her tentacles from her shoulders just flicking in its direction, and the boy will seemingly just and then dash away in a fright. And Derlagron will cradle her forehead in one of her paws and say, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Sometimes my carnival training does get the better of me. We've had too many things broken in the last couple of weeks of children who put their hands where they're not supposed to be and break things that they're not supposed to break, and that certainly don't belong to them. If you are going to be exploring the carnival, please keep an eye out for that one. The younger boy here is his sibling. Alwyn, was it?" And the kid will go, "Yeah, hi." And Derla will say, "Yes, and Vero, I believe, is his older brother. If you take a peruse around the carnival, please keep your eye out for him. I'm supposed to be looking after them while I wait for their mother, who hasn't returned for quite some time, but perhaps, hopefully, she'll arrive after you send him back to me, please."
I suppose.
I'm not best at finding things, but I guess I can keep an eye out. I have a good eye for people.
Also, I want you to know that when she was saying children that can't keep their hands to themselves and steal things, Odette was looking directly at CL.
Ciel, like,
That
they
too.
probably notice Ciel just like going to give you the biggest smile.
She'll turn to you with a kind of softening of her eyes and says, "Well, pleasure to meet you, and terribly sorry for the introduction we had. If you're going to be exploring the carnival, since you seem like the adventuring sort, I will warn you that I'm quite concerned at the moment that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are quite on edge." So perhaps best not to bother them if you're looking for them directly, as I know many who come to this carnival often do.
Where would we find them so we know where to avoid?
He almost raises a feline eyebrow at you. You'll just see one of her eyes goes up and he goes, well, if you would follow a line of inquiry, should be so willing to investigate, I would advise against confronting them directly. But if you were to sneak into the staff area behind the big top and spy on them, then perhaps it will give you a little bit more of a closer look into why things are transpiring the way they are, you see.
Well, thank you so much for the advice. It is really nice that you are looking out for all of us.
He almost waves a paw through the air in a dismissive yet appreciative gesture, and she goes, "Of course, darling. Just don't get lost yourself, or I'll have to come looking for you."
I will do my best, even though I do like to sometimes go lost.
I can't get over this creature's design. It's really pretty.
It's so
It's
cute.
gorgeous.
The wings. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's
So
Bro,
pretty.
I love her. I love her. She's so gorgeous.
Kitty with wings. I know.
I want you to know that the entire time, like, Oz would have just been staring, like, wondering about how soft her fur must feel. And, like, wishing he could pet her.
Oh, you can pet her. She's very friendly. The kid. Yeah, no, you can. I don't know if you. You guys probably remember when I introduced her. The two boys were like roughhousing her. Like they were literally just trying to play with her, and she's just sat there on the floor, like just very
I wasn't sure if that was just because they were kids or anything, but oh my goodness.
You're a pet.
Oz is gonna reach out tentatively and like let her kind of like sniff him first, trying to kind of approve and ask if he may be able to pet her.
Yep, she'll give you a. You've got cats. She'll give you a very cat-like gesture where she'll kind of just tilt her head a little bit, so to let you know that it's absolutely you're welcome to do so.
He goes right for the chin scratch and gives her a really good scratch, and he just looks so pleased with himself.
You will.
There's a very
Sorry, go on,
childlike wonder in his eye right now, just watching.
Evie sort of smiles, like watching everything sort of going on, a small sort of like giggle sort of under her breath at her sort of making sure everything is being monitored and things. And she sort of kneels down sort of towards the child and pulls out her pan flute and so it takes a sort of very gentle but deft breath and starts playing a sweet little melody through the pan flute.
As you'll notice that as you begin to pet Derla, her eyes sort of, she does that very soft blink, and then her eyes begin to close, and you notice that she's actually purring very, very loudly. Her fur actually feels very soft. It's almost like, not even what you'd expect cat fur to feel like. It's almost like it's got the same tenderness as rabbit fur, almost. It is as soft as velvet and black as night as you give her a warm and very welcome pet.
Bro, this is so
He
cute.
is over the moon. He's so happy with that.
Odette's
Alright,
gonna
well,
look
I
at
suppose you're up
Trillian
next.
to see if she wants to pet Durla
I'm sorry.
as
Yes,
well.
please. Don't worry. Don't let me rush her interaction. It's hard for me as a DM to sometimes tell where a sentence is going to start and end and when people are going to want to go next. So when you're ready
Oh.
to move on from Lost Property, just let me know.
This is like the first session as well. We'll all get more used to it and speaking between each other as time goes on, I'd imagine as well.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. You're doing great.
Given
Thank you.
Trillian's reaction to the like the flower, like Odette imagines she would probably want to pet the big kitty.
While we're here, I'm very quickly going to grab a drink because my throat is very
Yeah, go.
scratchy.
Do you want a bottle of water, love? I've got some. She's gone.
You'll see that Trillian, as much as you'll can see everyone kind of like leaning in and stroking the let's face it, cat, and she'll just have her arms again, just kind of folded and crossed, and she'll just kind of like, almost like be trying to restrain herself, but and nevertheless not moving. As you guys just pet the cat.
Oh, I want to clarify, Odette is not petting the cat. She
Yeah,
just
yeah.
assumed Trillian would want to, based on her earlier reaction. This is all very nice, isn't it?
I mean, certainly being here on legal terms is way more relaxing than before.
Yes, you mentioned being here before without paying. Strange. I could swear I remember something like that as well, but at the same time, I don't know why I would be here without my bursar paying, so it's strange.
I'm back.
Welcome.
I'm afraid I have no idea who any of you are, so I cannot answer that. I simply know that, yeah, I had my dabble into attempting to get into these facilities without a ticket, and I succeeded. But I do prefer it this way. Thank you again, Oz, for paying for mine.
He's kind of like snapped out of petting Drilla, and he's just gonna clear his throat and stand up straight again and just go, yeah, of course, it's no problem. CL, was it?
Yes, yours truly.
Well, I, for one, would love to go to... the carousel.
Round and round we go without moving from a single place. Why not?
I have no opposition to going there either. I had really no idea why. I seem to have forgotten why I was going to this part in the first place. So forgive me. Maybe it's best if somewhere else is chosen as our destination by someone else.
One would presume if you are going to lost properties because you've lost something.
Of course, but the problem is, would you believe me if I told you I couldn't quite remember what it was?
Well, darling, loss is a gift anyway. We all grow from it. No sense dwelling.
That is a deeply depressing sentence, just right there.
Depressing? I don't see how.
I would rather not lose things.
Suit yourself, but loss is a gift.
Sure. Whatever pleases your heart. Carousel, you said?
Yeah, Phoebe will sort of stand up from where she was knelt down and just go, yes, I heard someone saying about going to a carousel. That sounds rather amusing.
Yes. Let us go.
Lead the way.
Alright, as you step away from Lost Property, heading through one of the ornate arches that takes you deeper into the Witchlight Carnival, the river that runs through the place, glistening and shimmering with the afternoon light, presents itself before you. You take a walk over a couple of steps, carefully placed so that you do not get your shoes wet, and as you immerse yourself within the magic and the colourful array of lights that are darted around that lead your eye towards the carousel, you arrive at a procession of wooden unicorns, but it stands motionless on a circular wooden platform. Fairgoers clamber onto the unicorns' backs, and a female centaur sets the ride in motion. The unicorns shake their manes and creak to life, cantering around the carousel to the delight of their riders. So, something to just tell you all as well, because I think I forgot to explain this, and I should have had Mr. Nicholas Midnight say it. When you come to the Witchlight Carnival, you have a ticket. Your ticket is eligible for 8 punches. Every ride that you go on or attraction that you attend is a single punch, obviously not lost property. Once your ticket has had 8 punches, you either go and get another one, or that is your time at the Witchlight Carnival effectively done. So, this, if you wanted to go on the carousel, this would be the first punch of your ticket. So, as you arrive at the carousel and you watch as these unicorns quite visibly neigh and whinny as they come to life, galloping fast around this contraption, this spinning wooden platform, as these children are riding upon their backs, squeal in the light, you notice that the person or the individual checking the tickets and operating the carousel is this person here. She's called Diana Cloppington.
Oh my god, I love her.
And she turns to him and says, "Welcome to the carousel. How many is it for the next ride?" And you'll notice as you talk to her that she seemingly greets you here with good humor. She's been very enthusiastically helping the children onto the back of the unicorns here. She seems very enthusiastic even as she greets you and welcomes you towards the carousel. But there's a sadness that kind of lingers behind her eyes as she talks to you, almost tinges her voice just ever so slightly.
Well...
Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, you first.
Maybe we'll sort of like tilt her head a little and sort of approach still with a little smile and just go, "Seems that one might not be having the best of evenings. Is everything quite all right?"
She forces a smile here that doesn't quite reach her eyes, and she goes, "Oh no, my lady, I assure you I'm right where I want to be."
Oh, can I insight check that?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You would imagine that from your own... Yeah, if any of the rest of you want to do so. From that, Vivi, you can only glean that she's maybe just a worker that's a little bit tired. She's probably been here for a while. She's maybe just getting quite fed up of, helping children onto the backs of these unicorns. CL, from where you're overhearing this conversation and listening to Diana speak, you imagine that there's something that... She obviously clearly is one of the carnival hands here. She is... this is probably obvious to you as well, that the 15 is fine. She looks like her sadness is coming from something she can't quite talk about. And even as she's very much trying to obviously feign this persona of being very enthusiastic and making sure that you are eagerly welcomed up to the carousel that she's operating, there's definitely something about her that seemingly is causing her a lot of grief. That her poor show of concealing it is definitely not doing well to cover up.
Odette's gonna walk up to her and gently place a hand on her shoulder and gently say, "Worry not, whatever it is, my lady will guide you. Your pain, your sorrow, it will make you stronger."
Her eyes turn to the floor and she sort of nods despondently for a moment, and she turns to you and says, "Oh, thank you, I do appreciate it. How many for the carousel?"
One for me.
As Ciel is also going to approach, like, from kind of the other side, kind of from almost, trying to be like on the opposite side from Odette. He's going to try to slightly tilt his head and go, "Well, one for me, unless, of course, you would like a little break, in which case, I could take over, and you could do B and sort out whatever he's bothering you without having to do whatever our lovely lady over here has suggested, which feels a bit sad, in my opinion.
Odette's gonna frown at you.
Still a lovely
She,
smile to her, so that's really.
She almost pauses for a moment, and as she goes to speak in a way that you think she might agree, she actually begins to start painfully quite coughing in a way that causes her almost body to retch. Then when she coughs something up, you'll notice that she actually coughs up what looks like brown tree sap. And she, you know, dismissively waves a hand and beams at you for however genuinely that is, and she says, "Oh no, it's quite all right. I really am enjoying working here. This is just where I want to be." And she pauses and almost stutters for a moment and says, "What brings the 5 of you to the Witchlight Carnival today?"
Oz is gonna take his flask of water and just hand it to her, and a little napkin as well. Try not to make a big deal of it, just in case she feels a bit embarrassed or anything, because of the whatever it was she upchucked. He didn't quite look too much into it.
She'll nod at you, seemingly in gratitude.
Ciel is going to slightly narrow their eyes as they're going to go, well, you know, this is just where we want to be.
Well, I'm here to ride the carousel.
My good lady, do you feel ill by chance? Has the sun gotten too much for you? Is there an equivalent of a higher up I can get for you?
She shakes her head, but her eyes still wrinkle with sorrow as she desperately tries to feign a smile to you. And she goes, but she does lower her voice as she talks to us, and she says, "Oh no, it's quite all right. I'm just a human who made a bad deal. You see."
A bad deal?
Sorry, did you say human?
Yeah.
Oh?
See.
I guess just pointing
Oz
out
is
the
gonna look
blatantly
at you
obvious.
guys.
Yeah. Trillian will just look at her and go, but you're not human. Oh.
Smiley face.
What were you saying, Trillian? Go on.
No, she basically just said, yeah, like she's caught on the fact that she says human, but from the look of her, she's clearly not human.
Mm-hmm. She
Like, yeah,
does a...
no,
Go on, continue.
no, I was just going to rephrase it. You're good.
There's a bit of an awkward pause that lingers for a second, and then just ever so slightly more hushed, she says, well, I must, warn you to be careful in this place. It was a hag, you see. She made good on a promise to reunite me with my missing horse, but given the nature of the bargain, there's some things I just can't talk about. And you'll notice that even as she says this, if you look at her fingers, you'll watch as these mushrooms, the red capped with white dots begin to just start to blister on her fingers for a briefest moment, and then they just sink back into the skin as if they were never there.
Vivi, like her eyes sort of narrow, like her eyebrows sort of furrow in concern as a sort of worry sort of strikes across her face and noticing this, and she just says, Are you sure you're quite all right? That looks awfully painful.
You guys are
She shakes
crowding
her head.
her. She clearly doesn't wish to speak about it. And clearly, us speaking about it is only putting her in pain. And as much as I am one for pain, she clearly isn't. Just take her warning and ride the carousel.
She
Maybe.
shakes her head, kind of dismissively at you, Ivy, and says,
Really, I've learned to manage you. It's quite all right. If there is,
her eyes flick to all of you and then kind of flick to the floor, and then she kind of, goes to smooth her other hand over where the mushrooms were just growing, beginning to wring them seemingly in a show of anxiety here. She says,
if there is more you wish to learn, then perhaps you could speak to the unicorns.
and she will, at this point, she will close the carousel here. She'll just put a sign up, she'll turn this sign over that says it's closed. And she will say,
It just needs to undergo some essential repairs.
and you'll notice that she, to whoever wants to take it, obviously this is a very strange show of what she's doing here, she will give one of you a clay pot of gold paint and 5 paintbrushes to go with it.
Odette is frustrated because now she doesn't get to ride the carousel.
I mean,
She's
Ciel
not
You
will take
will,
it.
it just needs to undergo quote-unquote essential repairs. Smiley face.
I mean-
sorry. Did she step away? Is she gone?
No, she's here still.
Hmm.
Ciel will take it.
Okay, she'll hand that to you.
Ciel will take it like with a conspiracy like a grin immediately. Just go, oh yeah, all right then. Don't worry, this will be running in no time, right, lads? He's going to turn towards the party.
This is actually going to be really, really fun. I'm just going to walk you through what you're going to do here, and then I'll let you talk about it in character. Sorry to interrupt you. So, if looking over the carousel as you get closer, and she hands you this pot of sparkling gold paint, which seems like it's got flecks of glitter in it, you'll notice that the carousel's 8 unicorns ride in pairs. And as you take a closer look of them, as several kids seemingly protest about the carousel being closed, begin to wail towards their mothers and then back away, you will notice that each unicorn wears a name tag on its bridle. Some of the names are legible, while the other name tags are worn and indecipherable. So what I will ask you to do as players here is, if you go and look at, there are 4 pairs. If you let me know what pair you're looking at, I will let you know what the what ones are legible and what ones aren't. Your job here as players here, well, your characters, is to try and finish the name tag. And once you do these, you will see what happens. I suppose. So these are all actual, all these names are derived from proverbs. I will allow you to check what those are if you do not remember them, with an array of different checks that you've got pertaining to each of your characters. So I will let you discuss that in character, and then let me know what pair you're investigating, and I'll let you know what tags you can still read.
At Ciel's enthusiasm and things, Vivi will also step up with like a smile and go, haha, yes, essential repairs. We'd be more than happy to lend our aid here. And she'll kind of like just tilt her head to the other group. So.
Speak for yourself. I'll wait till you're finished.
Oz will just tentatively pick up a paintbrush, and it's kind of comically small in his large hands. And he just kind of looks at it a little unsure if he's actually going to be much help or if he's instead going to hinder the party in doing this. Anyway, I can help at all, it's fine. But go on, sorry, Adam.
No, you're good, you're good. I was just going to say Trilly will literally just, you can step forward, take up a paintbrush, and then just look towards you, Vivi, as she just kind of, without saying a word, is basically looking at you going, I have no idea what I'm doing, tell me what to do.
Vivi kind of
As
like
an
just...
OC,
Oh, go.
no, just as a
Barbara?
very quick OC, can we take a 10-minute break? I need to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Adam, I feel like we're going to be himbo to herbo communication.
Just no words, just exchanges of looks.
Like the you know, the arm kind of gif, the Predator meme one, but it's
Yeah.
the 2 buff guys handshake.
Oh,
Also,
you son of a
God,
bitch.
I feel so
Yeah.
mean and rude.
You're doing great! Everyone's
You know what's
doing
funny?
a
You
good
actually
job.
aren't. Like,
Yeah, this is
Odette being
very
like, don't
tame,
crowd
mate.
her, she doesn't want to talk about it, was actually quite sweet.
She's just like,
Oh my god, Christian's just sent me a meme.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
said
God.
Odette meme created, and I don't know what it is.
He's just sent it to me. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put it in the memes.
Oh god,
It's going in. Hold on, it's just loading.
Oh my god. Oh my god, stuff keeps going by so quickly. I'm like with my notes.
I'm just like, if you think you're being mean, just wait until our characters learn who each other are. Then it's gonna go shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah, I was like, Vivi kind of like needs to take the hint a bit. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, like, it's time to shut up now. Keep my mouth shut.
That's why you
The
just
whole
be
gist
like
of this
me,
encounter is
all
that
rude.
she basically says if you'd like to know more, you can quote unquote speak to the unicorns. So effectively, on a DM level here, to use my players, to earn the trust of the unicorns, you must learn the names of all of them,
Ooh, very cool.
and then something cool will happen.
You'll need to convince
Jill.
Odette because she
Name,
believes painting things is beneath her.
Sebastian, Clive. Is that their names?
Sebastian and Clive, the unicorn.
Isn't it
Yeah, it's-
Proverbs?
I don't know what the fuck a
Yeah.
proverb is.
It's a well-known saying.
Okay, thank you.
Google
Oh my
was
god,
free.
why? Sorry, I'm just on the memes and I just see fucking Michael Caine, fuck's sake.
Michael Caine Christmas.
It's Michael Caine in the Christmas film, and it's Michael Caine in the Christmas film, and it's Christmas with Michael Caine.
My most important note so far is I got to pet the cat.
Yes.
Not lore relevant or anything, just important to me.
Why must I always create characters that are broody and don't like showing emotion?
I wrote
Not
in my
always.
notes that it says Trillian wants to pet the cat but is clearly holding back.
I
Maybe
just want to
Trillian's
play a
like-
gentle giant right this season.
Well,
Sorry,
I'm
go
gonna
on.
go get. No, you're fine. I'm gonna go get a snack really quickly, but I just want to say before I go pop off and get it, and then when Barbara gets back, we'll continue. I hope you guys are enjoying this, by the way.
I'm enjoying it.
Very much.
Do you want me
Yeah.
to throw up my BRB screen or something?
I
I
don't
think
mind.
we're all just being really polite and not wanting to interrupt each other, so we're like not speaking, and realizing we're also waiting on other people or anything like that.
I mean, it's also the age-old. These are new characters. We're kind of also figuring out how they interact
Yeah.
as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how I was saying earlier on that it'll get better as like this sessions goes on and stuff like that. Is where we'll be able to. It's like finding that groove of getting to have the conversation flowing between us and stuff.
I have
As
two.
long as
in
you're
a
having
good
fun,
way.
then I'm doing my job.
Is. Well,
Exactly.
Astrid in chat is saying, I'm also greatly enjoying the D&D. You're doing great. So thank you,
Thank you.
Astrid.
Oh, thank you.
Love you, sweetie.
I'm having a great time.
I'm having a great
time.
time. If
Everyone's
anything I'm
great.
saying is coming across as wrong, I'm just a bit clumsy with my words. I'm sorry.
Don't be
It's
silly,
alright, you're doing a great
fantastic.
job. Yeah. Everyone's doing a really great job. I'm really enjoying the rapport between everybody.
Yes. Wait, Astrid, what's your news? Astrid is one of my regulars. I love her very much.
Aww.
Let me see. The Waynes are greeting about the carousel being closed, and so is Odette.
Boy, we'll open it for us.
By the way, you're gonna need to convince Odette to actually paint the names of on the things. She believes manual labor is beneath her.
If you do it, it will inflict pain upon the children because the paint will get on them.
No, you can convince her in character.
Hello,
Very
guys.
well.
I'm very sorry.
Oh, don't be silly.
Is everything okay?
Oh yes, it's my stepsister's birthday, so I need to congratulate her before bedtime.
Oh, bless. Oh, absolutely. That's perfectly fine.
I need to congratulate her and then see for like the 11th time the little hamster that she got for her birthday. So
Oh my god, yes.
yeah. But yeah, I'm back. Very sorry for this.
It's okay, don't worry.
Ronnie is just currently grabbing a little snack.
Are you going to put your BRB screen up, Maeve?
No. Also, Astrid, I'm super happy for you. I'm so happy for you. I told you would get a partner. I told you would. I knew it was gonna happen. I sensed it. I spoke it into existence. I'm very pleased for you.
Just went to go give my rabbits a treat.
Mm-hmm.
I say Arwen was eating hers very politely, and Yorick was just inhaling it.
If anyone needs like a pee or a snack or a drink, now would
You're
probably
so
be a good
right.
time.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I
Go
went.
piss, girl.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back.
Go piss, girl.
I might also very quickly go. Be right back.
Okie doke.
All Gucci.
Gosh. I'm back. Also, Batty, thank you for the. I love you.
Oh, hi, Batty. Welcome, Raiders.
I got a sat on.
Now it's my turn to go pee.
Sat on Mike Wazowski. There we go.
Hoi hoi.
Hoi hoi.
Ahoy.
Boy, boy, boy. A boy bee.
Indeed.
Even doing the toilet carousel locked in. Oh my god. Also, Christian, your meme. I hate it and I love it at the same time.
It's so great.
I feel honored to be the first meme you created.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
do love and appreciate Odette. She just allows me to be my worst.
Excellent. My first in character quote the whole campaign is you going, we're about to pay dearly for this, and me going, well, surely we can all afford it, and then you saying, I won't shatter that illusion for you, my lady, and I love it.
Barbara, I just realised something.
Yeah.
The way I'm playing my characters is how Alex plays Defiance.
Oh my god, no!
Oh no!
We have a Defiance here!
I just realised, like, oh my god, this is just Defiance.
You're only then missing a slight obsession with protecting one single individual until your death as a coping mechanism.
Well, there's still time.
Exactly.
It's gonna be your hem, brother.
Choose wisely.
Alright, are you ready to jump back in, my loves?
It'll just
Yeah.
in the bathroom,
Awesome.
so just give her 2
Yep, no problems.
I've known Oz for 5 minutes, and now I will protect him with my life.
Also,
Honestly,
a sweetheart, bless them.
valid choice. A very valid choice.
I have to
Someone
say,
to Oz,
Lauren,
kill
I
everyone in
get
this room and then myself.
reasonable. Lauren, I love Vivi's voice.
Really? Thank you.
You're so
She's-
cute.
Oh,
Bless, thank you. I do like her. Very fun.
It's a hell of an introduction, isn't it?
What, Songbird of the Sword Coast, Lady of Song, Laureate of the Lyre, and Flutist of the Turning Age, yes.
Actually, crazy work. Oh my
Say that 3 times
god.
faster.
Okay.
back. Yep. Also,
Songbird of the
Ronnie,
Sword Coast, Lady of Song, oh, good.
Ronnie,
Hello. Yes, hello.
speaking of Defiance, Alex has actually found the stream and has been watching it and wants you to know that your voices are absolutely amazing.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Tell them thank you so much. That really means a lot.
Excellent.
I love how Adam immediately went, oh no!
Errol is back.
That was pretty kind. Thank you. Oh, I'm
I
really
did say, but I don't think people heard me, but that's okay.
pleased. No,
That's okay.
we
I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
Alright.
It's okay.
Okay, are you ready to get back to the Witchlight Carnival and painting some horses?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes.
Some names on horses. Alright. I believe one of you was talking, we've had a break, so I believe CL's got the paint, the pot of paint, and you've all got a paintbrush each.
No.
So let me know who's investigating what pair. Oh yeah, not you, sorry.
Mhm.
Not Odette.
Not Odette.
Who's investigating what pair?
I mean, I guess I started this, so I will be very confidently walking towards the first pair.
So you will notice that these 2 unicorns, one name tag is complete, and this unicorn reads Fortune, but the second name tag only has a B visible. So I'm gonna write this for you. So the name tag of this looks like this.
Okay.
Could you repeat what you just said?
Mhm.
About the name
Fortune's
tags?
name tag is Fortune's name tag is complete, so the pair looks like this right now.
Can we see this from where we are, or would we basically just be this
Yeah.
just an individual thing?
No, you can go around and look at them. They're you know, they're unicorns on a carousel, so they're, you know, pretty big.
I think as Trillian is kind of walking towards another one of the unicorns, she'll just go past them and just kind of almost whisper, go, what does fortune favor? And then just she'll do that while walking towards another set of unicorns.
Oz wants to see if CL will get it or if he needs to help him. He genuinely can't tell if he's
I was
being
gonna
serious
say.
or not.
Like Vivi will go to like kind of like go raise her hand and like open her mouth and then shut it, realizing like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be an asshole.
I mean, Jill looks very, very concentrated looking at these tags. You can see him just scratching his thing, going, all right, no, I see. I've got no idea what's going on here, guys.
Odette's gonna sigh really loudly,
God,
walk
an idiot.
in, and go, bold. It's bold. Fortune favors the bold.
Have you finally
Ooh.
decided to join us, my lady?
It's taking too long.
Oz is gonna kind of like scoff under his breath and then hand out a paintbrush, the extra paintbrush to her.
She's going to take it very begrudgingly.
Christian! Sorry, Christian put it's bees. Fortune favors bees in the chat.
Lol, Christian.
Wait, I can't see it. Wait, oh, Ronnie, our streams aren't linked anymore.
What?
Oh no, did it disconnect us? Hold on.
But it says
alright,
it's still with
we
you
know how to.
on viewing it. What?
Hold on, we'll do it again. I reckon I had a bit of a... Christian did say to me that I had a bit of an internet cut out and it might have affected it at one point, so let me just...
Oh yeah.
Ah, makes sense.
A
Makes sense.
refresh.
Yeah, I reckon that might have jolted it, yeah. Fortune favors bees? Oh my god.
Everything favours the bees.
There's a bee.
The bees.
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 According to all known laws of aviation,
Oh
though,
no.
Lauren, do you remember that TikTok? Bee in the gaff?
Bee in the gaff. There's a bee in the gaff. Bee in
Oh
the
my
gaff.
god. Alright, May, I think we're back. Yeah, May,
Yep,
we're
we're
back.
good. We're good.
Look how easy it was that time.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, Odette, you will go ahead and very daintily paint the word, finish the word bold. Okay. Alright. Who's looking at another pair?
I mean, Trillian, as part of like going past CL to kind of encourage them, would have walked straight past to the next set of unicorns.
Alright. One name tag here is complete, and it reads Pride. The other name tag here. Oh no. Oh no!
Wait, what did you say?
Hey, listen. One name tag reads Pride, the other begins with an F. Hey,
What did
listen.
Vivi
Chat.
say?
Lauren, what did you say?
I was gonna say anything. Vivi is sort of like about to saunter past and things, but I don't want to interrupt this sort of going on here.
I'm just gonna. Do you know what? I'm actually gonna just put all of them out. So you've done one. So it's Fortune, and then Bold, and then number 2. Right. Listen, friends in chat. If you can see that this is a word that begins with F and there's 3 missing letters, do not mean this. Do not mean this. Okay. All right. Don't do what you're thinking of doing. Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie, it says our thing isn't linked again. Like our chat isn't linked.
Oh my god! Pain. Hold on, let me just type these proverbs out and then I'll try it again.
No, May, they said it's linked with Ronnie's, isn't linked.
No, I'm saying I don't believe it doesn't
But
say
it has
on...
unlinked, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, those are your missing pairs.
That might all 20s being weird, but anyway, Trillian will kind of look at the two unicorns in front of her just kind of scowl and just very quickly bend down to the next to the unfilled plate and just put she'll just whisper to herself and just say the words "folder," and then just write the word "fall."
Yep. Well, I won't tell you they're correct, you'll find that out. So we've got Pride and Fall. So then we've got Stone, and then another pair missing. And then Stitch, and another pair missing.
Evie will saunter over to the fourth pair. She'll sort of have a sort of scratch her chin a little as she looks over the unicorns, regards them with a sort of soft smile as she looks over the last words. And she says, Well, a wise old man once told me, a stitch in time saves 9. And she will go ahead and paint the word 9 into the fourth.
Sorry, that was supposed to be 4. And then there is one more remaining, which is Stone.
Sorry, my Roll20 isn't loading. Is it just literally Stone and the other one's completely blank?
Stone, and then it's M space S.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit stumped. Team, my brain not working right today.
OC Barbara and her knowledge of English proverbs is next to null.
Feel free for your characters to either make a history check or an investigation check here, and I might be able to tell you what that proverb is. You might remember it.
I think CL, I think it is more appropriate for CL to currently be very, very preoccupied by writing correctly bold, so to be distracted.
Oh, Adette's painting that in, because you took too long.
That's fair too. He just
Right,
watching her
cool.
then.
Oz, you'll remember a proverb that you were taught back at the... What the name of it? What's it called? Here we go. That's what it's called. Oz, you remember a proverb that you were taught back at the Open Hand Temple in the outskirts of Baldur's Gate, and it is a proverb that reads, "A rolling stone gathers no moss."
He's just gonna smile quietly to himself and lean down and begin to paint the name in of Moss as best as he can with his big hands. Looks like he's almost recalling a fond memory.
Alright, as the 5 of you together, perhaps eagerly or reluctantly, begin to finish off these words, you'll notice that with a fresh coat of paint, all of these unicorns have had their tags restored. And as Diana turns to you all, she will crank a lever, which will settle into place with a large... you'll notice that all the unicorns will give a very pleased whinny into the air as they begin to rear back on their haunches and roar to life, seemingly quite pleased with all of the names that they have been given. As this happens, you will notice here Diana will appear next to you with a smile. It's another one that doesn't quite reach her eyes. There's a lot of sorrow in them. But seemingly, there is a glimmer of hope that's just within them. And she will turn to you all, regaling you all with seemingly a forced joy, and says, "Thank you so much for your help. Well, I'll reserve this ride specifically for the 5 of you, so please pick which unicorn you'd like to ride today." And she will turn to look at your tickets and she'll say, "As a thanks from me, this one will be free. Please, do help yourselves."
Finally. Odette's just gonna sit on the horse that she painted. She's gonna sit on the bold horse.
Oz is gonna sheepishly look at the horse and wonder if he's gonna break it by sitting on it. Are you sure they can withstand the armor weight?
She nods enthusiastically and says, "Oh, quite, of course. The Feywild unicorns are a lot more stronger than they appear to be, so please go right ahead."
He's gonna curtly nod and just kind of step over to the one that he wrote moss on as well, and kind of clumsily and as gently as he can sit on the horse.
Trillian is going to kind of look towards one of the unicorns, and she's kind of running her hand over the kind of mane it has, perhaps feeling like little scratches from time and age, and she will then, once done, put her leg over the pride unicorn and sit herself upon it.
I think CL is going to enthusiastically just make a quick jog towards the Stitch unicorn and jump on top of it.
Having recently finished painting the 9, Evie will give the full regard all the unicorns once again with like another smile and a little giggle as the carousel springs to life, and this is a very runs a very gentle hand over the mane of the unicorn, and very deftly but very carefully sort of climbs aboard the one called 9.
All right. Is that all of you on a different unicorn?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you mount these unicorns, that their fur feeling very soft to the touch, the opalescent sheen rippling across them as you go to mount them, and the carousel whirs to life, the music will become almost deafening as the carousel will then begin to slowly turn, with these unicorns galloping at full speed around this carousel. It reminds you of the whimsy that you felt when you were a child. Perhaps when you came here 8 years ago, you rode this very carousel, and perhaps even these very unicorns. It is something that even for a very brief and bleak moment fills you with a sense of joy that feels unrivaled within your mind, something that feels very childlike, and the wonderment of it almost takes you back to where you were 8 years ago. But then, as you are riding these unicorns, you will notice that you hear a voice, and it's not one that's coming from your companions nor coming from Diana, but it appears to be the unicorn that you're on whispering to you, specifically. And you realise, after perhaps the first couple of words, that it is only for you to hear. Now, if you all turn to your character channels that have been made in this server, you will get something in a second of what your unicorn is saying to you in your brain. Speaking to you inside your brain.
It's me, boy, the unicorn, speaking to you inside your brain.
Okay, just got to remember who's getting what now, so that's... Okay.
All I can think about
right.
with these unicorns right now is Candy Mountain and Charlie.
It's
Yeah.
going to Candy Mountain, Charlie. It's Candy Mountain.
Okay, that's one there for you, Vivi, and then this one is going to be for Oz. this one will go to... Trillion, and then Odette, and last but not least, Sia.
Oh.
We're still riding him at this point, right?
Yep.
Well, that certainly
I
puts
think,
a damper on things.
When
Right, there you go.
yeah, when Julian starts to hear these words inside her head, she will literally just look at the unicorn in kind of almost fear/horror, and will just push herself off immediately and back away from the carousel, and just kind of go, just look at it, kind of like with wide eyes, and just repeat the word like no, a couple of times before shaking herself off and just standing there to kind of take in what she's just heard.
I won't read out specifically to you what has been said about each of your unicorns, because those pertain specifically to your characters, but they will come at you as almost whispers on the wind, and then you'll have this innate knowing that it's coming from the unicorn that you are riding on. It doesn't come as malicious, but more of a benevolent, as if someone, an old friend perhaps, was trying to give you some advice in a limited manner of speaking. As the carousel begins to turn to an end and your ride soon ends, trying to discern the meaning of what exactly the unicorn that you were riding was saying to you, Dione greets you with a smile and a infused clap of her hands, thanking you for riding the carousel as you dismount off the unicorns, and they return once more to the simple carvings that they appeared to be when you first arrived at the carousel.
Can I roll an investigation check on that?
Yep, sure. What is it you're investigating?
Just trying to investigate the horse he was riding very quickly before.
Mhm.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness, I seem to have lost my character sheet. 2 seconds. Investigation. Or would perception have been better?
No, investigation is fine. As the horse returns to normal, its very still form where it appears to stand mounted on the carousel, there doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary of it. Of course, given the carousel and its nature and that of the Witchlight Carnival, you'll notice that they spring to life, given that they are probably, real creatures with some form of sentience. But as it stills, there's not really much you can glean from it. The message that transpired to your own mind doesn't seem malevolent, but it is hard to quite tell the nature of it. To you, perhaps it just sounds like words for now, and you're not quite sure if the rest of your companions here also heard the same thing. But you are certain that it has come from the unicorn itself.
Okay. Oz is gonna kind of turn his attention over as he stands. But sorry, as they're all getting off the unicorns together, he kind of notices the kind of faraway look Trillian has on her face, and he's just gonna like very tentatively nudge them slightly to try and kind of snap them out of it to get their attention gently, without giving them a fright or anything. He kind of like waves his hand in front of Trillian a little bit, in front of their face, just to make sure they're kind of here. Trillian, are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking of the best way to respond.
Oh, my bad, so sorry.
No, you're all good. You're all good. actually, you've given me exactly what I thought was needed. Upon waving your hands in front of her face, she will snap out of it. She'll just look at you and go, I heard voices from the unicorns. They gave me snippets of, I don't know, a memory, a feeling. I don't. It was not nice.
So you two heard voices. I see. Maybe we should ask our fellow companions if they have heard something similar. But let's find a quieter place to all convene and speak about this. I have a feeling that there might be more than meets the eye here.
Trillium will just kind of nod and kind of let you lead them away if you so desire.
I was just kind of try and gesture to the party that he is asking them to convene, maybe to the back of the carousel here, like this kind of quiet area. I don't know, behind it.
Yep.
That will follow.
Yeah, I was trying to tap it, but it wasn't working. I'm so sorry.
You just do when you
Oh,
go
there we
up,
go.
just do a long press. There you go. Yep.
I was
Uh,
like quickly tapping it. My bad.
Just as you all dismount off the carousel and head to the back, Diana will wave you off with another saddened smile that perhaps from your interaction with this carnival you can maybe tell why that is. From whatever it is you could discern from what actually happened to her. And perhaps forcibly yet joyfully she will wave you off as she says, "Enjoy the Witchlight Carnival. Thank you for riding the carousel." Vivi, continue.
Yeah, Vivi, she, upon sort of hearing these voices and the carousel coming to a halt, she almost like snaps back into reality. Her head sort of shakes a little, but she bears nothing but a smile towards the unicorn that beneath her and things. But she very carefully once again dismounts and gives it a very sort of gentle pat and sort of gives it a very sort of smile and a small nod before sort of noticing everyone congregating around the corner, and she adds off still with a little sort of like spring in her step, and she goes. She kind of like puts her thumb back towards the unicorns and just goes, did they talk to any of you? Was that just me or?
That's precisely why I wanted us all to convene. I find it strange that they would speak to us, especially all together. Is this something that happens to every patron?
I'm not quite sure what you're speaking about. What do you mean?
Did the horse not speak to you?
It's a horse. Why would it speak to me?
Huh. Well, then you are quite special, my lady. Like, Ciel has also followed the group. He seemed to dismount, like, also in a hop. He looks much more pensive than... more confused than, like, worried about it or scared. But yeah, he just gives Odette another very polite smile.
She kind of gives him, like, an almost mocking smile back after he, like, called her special and such. But she's just like, pay it no heed. I'm sure it's nothing majorly important. But it's your own experience. But you really heard voices? Like, she looks
Well, I
confused.
Yeah.
I had.
You all heard. All of you.
Yes.
And not me.
That's why we're talking about it, yes.
Some joke.
Truly,
so they
what kind of
really
fight?
did say nothing to you?
No.
Go on, Adam, sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say, Trillian will just pipe up and just kind of go. I mean, I somewhat envy you,
considering what I heard.
Well,
What did you hear?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
what have you heard?
Fragments of some kind of message, a prediction of whoever said they predicted their own death, and it would
What?
happen. It would happen. Well, they know when it will be, and I don't know who that is or why they would know that. I don't know why I've heard this.
I sense no malicious intent from the voice, but could that have been the same for everyone? Or maybe it was a guy's?
Well, one thing I can say about the voice that I heard specifically was that it wasn't somebody predicting their own fate. I definitely heard a name, but and I heard of a couple of different things, but they were quite detached. I don't know whether they are linked or either way. It was just very ominous, to put it lightly, as by the sounds of it, whoever else did hear a voice also perceived it that way as well.
I can't believe you had a group hallucination without me. She's
Sorry, love, you
pouting.
didn't read the invitation.
She's pouting.
Was there a mention of a Skibatha nightshade, perhaps, in either of your messages?
Of what?
Skibatha nightshade. Maybe
No,
it's a
I don't-
name.
Not a clue what you're talking about. Frankly, I have no idea what the voices were talking about in general.
Phoebe will look at her and go, not quite that name, but a Bavlorna Blight Straw was something that sounded like a name, at the very least.
Can we do like a check on the names we received, like a history check or something? Or do we just not know what the origin of these names are?
I would. So this is just to make sure that I'm not stopping it from you. You could, but
Yeah.
I would probably imagine that you would have never heard these names in your entire life.
Okay, that's why I was just double checking just to see if we would actually have any
Yeah,
recollection.
all of you, would have not.
Did all of you your names?
So yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Upon hearing your
Go
no, Trillian will kind of look at you confused and go, but I did as well. I heard England Moongrave.
And
Well,
Moon. Skibatha. Good. Bavlorna Bright Straw.
well, if it helps in any way, I've heard the name of a coven.
A coven, as in of the religious order?
I have no idea. Why are you asking me? I said I have no idea what they're talking about.
While everyone's chatting amongst themselves, Oz is going to have took his notebook out and transcribed what he had heard specifically, so that he doesn't forget it over time. And he's just gonna kind of like turn his notebook around and show everyone. Would you mind sharing and just writing down or explaining what you heard? I thought it best to just share with the party, that way we can maybe understand this together.
I am quite down with this suggestion. Considering that we've all seen something different, they might all be, whilst very, very different, they may be puzzle pieces that we may find ourselves collecting along the way.
I don't see why it wouldn't. Like, I don't see why it would hurt.
Can I just copy and paste this and put it in the general then for everyone to see what Oz got told? Or would there be a better session bit
You
for
could
it?
post it in the chat.
Session
and-
information.
Yeah, that chat is for all of you as much as it is for me to give you all things as well. So feel free to put it in there.
If anyone else wanted to share it.
Yeah, Trillian will definitely take up the opportunity and shakily write her information in for you. So I guess just put that there.
Vivi takes the quill and notepad with a very keen sense and in a very elegant hand. Oh my god, fuck's sake. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste that in there, but she will write hers in there. Words doing the thing. Discord. I'll get that sorted.
While the others are kind of writing that, Trillium will turn towards you there and go, so, you heard nothing? Not a sign, not a sound?
No,
Nothing at all?
the music, it got really loud, but I didn't hear anything. She's still pouting. She feels left out.
Oh,
Take it you're not used to things not going your way.
What a strange thing to
Oh.
say. You're correct, but what a strange thing to say.
I figured as much. And he just kind of like chuckles to himself because he's still a bit amused. He wouldn't normally be a little petty like this, but we'll just blame it on the dandelions.
I can't help but feel like you're making fun of me, Oz.
Whatever could give you that impression, my lady. And he's just gonna be trying to kind of fight back a smile creeping on his face.
She's just gonna and then like look away.
To try and kind of brighten the mood, Vivi kind of like approaches with a smile and pats Odette's shoulder and goes, well, at the very least, you may have potentially missed seeing something very, very unpleasant, but it's puzzling to say the least, of course.
Maybe they just ran out of information to share. I wasn't exactly willing to paint the horses anyway.
So brings me to the, I think, very blatantly obvious question is why us? Why are we here? Why are we getting all of this?
I mean,
I reckon it has to do with our mysterious benefactor. Sorry, Adam.
no, I was going to say the exact same thing, to be honest. Trillium will literally just nod in recognition of that and go, I mean, surely it's all linked. I was here as a child, really. Not too long ago, but long enough. And I don't remember half the things happening then. I don't remember a hag turning a human woman into a... I don't know, is she a centaur? Is she a hybrid? I don't know what she is.
Well,
Is
she
she
looks
half
like
horse,
a
half woman?
centaur.
But why would a carnival have some kind of creature willing to do that to someone here? It's not what I remember at all. And now we're
seems
hearing
so
voices.
sad.
The way I see it, we all experienced this as a child. Maybe we're just seeing it through the eyes of fully grown adults now. And not everything is wonderful and as magical as it seemed when we were younger.
Oz is
You
gonna
go-
do a prayer for the carousel lady. I've forgotten her name. I'm so sorry. It's my brain
Diana.
fog tonight.
Diana.
Thank you. He's gonna pray to Elmater to deliver her from her suffering. But go on, sorry, Lauren. My bad.
That's okay. That's
I
right.
keep-
It's not a
I
problem.
keep doing it at everyone. I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
really
don't be
don't mean
silly.
it.
It's okay. Discord delay is very, very real, and it's not a problem at all. Yeah, Vivian just sort of sighs to herself and just kind of. Well, either way, I feel like for a name like the Witchlight Carnival, it more than lives up to the name of being quite the enchanting place. Perhaps of the uncertain kinds.
Yeah, well, I couldn't agree more on that. Ciel is going to kind of look pensively behind their back. Just... So should we go and sneak into the staff area and see what's going on there?
I wouldn't normally condone breaking and entering, but I can't help but feel like there might be some kind of dark underbelly to this. If you have a good hunch, CL, maybe we should follow that lead.
I mean, I'm just saying that it has been so casually mentioned to us, and it feels almost rude not to follow the very obvious little hint that we've been given.
Oz knows he's right, but you can tell he's very uncomfortable with the idea of, like, doing something like this.
You can see the sparks of excitement within CL's like visible eye as like their attitude. They say, let's do this. Let's do this.
I think Julian will look at you and just kind of just like be very confused and go, I mean, I feel at this point we can't stop you, so perhaps it's best we go with you to stop you from hurting yourself or others. Or
Oh,
at the very
please.
least, not stealing everything that's not nailed down.
Okay, no, that was a fair point. The rest, I would never hurt others. Maybe, probably. Who knows?
Maybe some of us could stay behind and try and talk to some of the other staff, and someone could keep an eye on CL to make sure he doesn't forget the objective.
I don't mind sneaking and entering.
My lady.
I think Trillian will literally just bang her arm and go, I'm not exactly subtle, and you'll kind of just hear the ring of the metal ring out to kind of indicate, she's loud.
That does make a lot of sense. Dear. CL, how about you and I go glean some information from Mr. Witch and Mr. Light?
Well, my lady, I can only say that it will be an honor, and he's going to very much, once again, slightly more performatively, you can see, just politely bow and give you his hand.
Odette, like she puts out her hand to take it, but she's like almost like taking it away, and then like she just puts her hand in his, and like it's very obvious she doesn't want to touch him, but she's putting that to the side.
You'll see that, like, the fact that Odette has gone through with it and has put her hand into his sparks a gleam of confusion. Like, this man was not expecting you to follow through.
She's full of surprises.
Indeed.
Would anyone else like to join us?
Vivian's eyes like widen, and she looks up and just goes, "Are we actually breaking? Oh, what? Are we actually trying to go and do this?
I don't see why
Considering
not.
all that we have just," she kind of gestures back to the carnival, considering all that we've just seen, and all.
That's why I
Yes.
was going to talk to some staff first, but
What better place to talk to staff than the staff area?
Exactly. It just makes sense.
Right? Thank you, my lady.
then maybe just you both can speak to them. If there's more people around, it might look suspicious. Leave the three of us to speak to some other staff, and we can reconvene here.
Very well.
That sounds good to me.
Divide and conquer.
Alright, so you can all see where the staff area is on the big map, right? So it's just behind the big top. So, as you all head across the trickling stream back through the tall archway, and in front of the towering big top where it casts a shadow, warm effervescent light, emitting a soft glow into the area around you as the sun begins to swoop down into the horizon and evening begins to fall over the Witchlight Carnival. You see the staff area enclosed behind a tangled wall of thorns, surrounded by a cluster of wagons lit by lanterns. The caravan is barely visible through the thicket, and I'm going to move you onto the map to show you how this is going to work. So, I've put you all at the edge of it, even though I know some of you aren't going in, just for ease.
It's fine.
You manage to sneak around some of the large trees in this area, peeking your way through the big top tent and emerging into what you could imagine on an ordinary day would just be a break through the brush, where this tangled wall of thorns appears to have been constructed specifically to wall this area off as a staff area. You can see from within there is a bugbear who appears to be patrolling around the area. He appears to just mostly be circling the wall of thorns, but behind the cover that you've taken, behind a hefty rock in front of you, you manage to find yourselves obscured. From where you can see within the staff area is a blazing fire pit made to be a campfire of sorts, with several stools that have been turned over on their side from when they clearly had been used earlier in the day. Atop a incline is a clown who appears to be another Witchlight hand. He appears to be outside a larger wagon here, blowing bubbles with a bubble pipe. Seemingly these two do not even acknowledge each other, as the bugbear appears to patrol here, and the clown very mindlessly attends to a personal bit of entertainment from sending bubbles out into the space around you. But seemingly, apart from them, there is no one else here.
Keep me away from that clown. That is not into character. I'm just scared of clowns.
Oh. Sally's going to turn towards Odette. And Sophie's like, so, would you prefer for us? And he's going to speak in like very quiet voice so the bugbear doesn't hear us. So, do you prefer us to stick to mere visible observation, or would you rather try and sneak in?
Well, if we were to sneak in, we would definitely have to have a reason if we were caught. However, I don't mind just listening.
Well, if you don't mind me suggesting, and we have our backpacks with us, right, Ronnie?
You do indeed, yes.
Lovely. As Ciel is going to take off his backpack, he's going to open it and show to Odette a costume and a disguise kit. You know, sometimes I don't think that they probably count all the mimes and clowns that they might have.
That is a good point. It is a very large carnival.
Indeed. You know, maybe we are background clown number 3 and stage mime number 14.
So long as I don't have to be the clown, I don't mind.
Yeah, don't worry, I am skilled at being the entire circus if required.
Odette laughs at that, but very quietly. Like, she has a smile on her face for, like, the first time.
Counting that as a win, as Ciel is going to take out the disguise kit to essentially... He's already very... I think they're both quite eccentrically dressed, that Ciel would like to try and apply makeup so he looks like a clown from the stage, and make Odette into more of a performing mime lady.
Yes.
Fantastic.
It's really clever. So you'll manage to dress yourselves not only in perhaps some makeup that has you appear more like a clown and a mime respectively, but also you'll manage to rustle up some clothes here that mimic the clothing of the Witchlight Hands. The Witchlight Hands are, of course, the backbone of the Witchlight Carnival, a motley collection of individuals who operate many of the booths, make repairs, feed and exercise the animals, keep an eye out for thieves and miscreants, and perform other miscellaneous tasks as Mr. Witch dictates. So you manage to very expertly clothe yourself both in these base colours of beige with leather parts and straps with silver hardware to keep them in check. Of course, adorned by the butterfly wings that you both continue to sport and the makeup that you manage to very delicately paint upon both of your faces. You now look effectively unrecognizable from any of the other Witchlight Hands sporting around the carnival.
Then Ciel's going to go at Odette and go, do you want to start the show, or shall I take the lead?
Well, Alain doesn't exactly speak, darling, so I think it's probably best if you go ahead first.
Before they do anything, Evie's ears kind of like prick up as she kind of turns to look at them, and her eyebrow raises and goes, "The show, did you say?" She takes a step towards them and lifts her flute up. And she just goes, "Would you like a concerto or an instrumental in the back, perhaps? It might aid the cause."
Well, I was thinking more of attracting the attention by being two very new and thus very lost staff members. But we can also go with a bit of a performance. Depends on what my lady wants to do here.
Ow, sorry, I just hit my elbow. 2 seconds. Okay. Odette thinks for a moment, and she turns to them both and says, well, one would normally not want to draw too much attention to themselves. However, it might not actually be a bad idea. One of the best places to hide is in plain sight, of course.
Ronnie, do we see an entrance for the staff anywhere?
I would imagine that most of them just hop over the rocks, or they come around the side here. Sorry, it's not very well signposted. Can you see here? That little gap in the trees.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Then Ciel is going to kind of turn towards Vivi and go, then perhaps while you stay here, you could give that lovely patrolling bugbear the performance of their life, as we will, just casually wandering for our lunch break, or whatever time is it now?
I believe it's night time, so maybe dinner.
Maybe dinner, yes.
Assuming that they've got that handled, Oz is gonna make a notion with his nod towards Trillian and suggest that they can go and investigate elsewhere, so that they're not all crowded in the one place. Seeing that the other three can have it handled, and then we could obviously let everyone do what they need to here. I'm happy to wait if Adam is too.
Yeah, I think I'm staying behind. I don't think I'm gonna go
Yeah,
out.
me and you are elsewhere. I just wanted to make sure we were both on the same page.
I think, hang on. One thing that Trillian will do though is she will look at probably UCL and just kind of give a sort of a furrowed eyes as she'll look at you and kind of measure your ability and go, I don't want to aid you in committing a potential criminal act, but maybe this might help just at least in case you need to get in a certain way. And she will cast, I'm assuming I can do this correctly, guidance on you? Is that how it works?
Yep.
Oh damn. On who exactly have you done it?
You, I think.
On you.
You will see, like,
Yeah, on you.
Ciel.
So-
Yeah. Ciel's going to stare at Trillian, a bit perplexed, and then go, I appreciate your commitment to aid in my criminal endeavors. Thank you very much. Have a lovely time.
I fear you
You'll
may
just
have
see how
made her
Trillian's-
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll see Trillian's face just kind of fall slightly.
Don't
probably-
worry, Trillian. We won't do anything that would break the law. You know, aside from breaking and entering and hearing things we're not supposed to.
So you won't do anything to break the law except break the law.
Yes.
She'll just kind of give a sigh and just like shake her head.
Odette was trying to reassure her, but also kind of like make her uncomfortable at the same time.
Why would you want to make the poor old big lady insecure like that?
You'll figure it out eventually.
Hilarious.
Ciel is going to turn towards Vivi, so far, and go, well, whenever you are ready, so are we.
Vivi's kind of looks back and forth and sort of gives a sort of nod and just says, well, whether I am back up to make sure that this doesn't go drastically wrong, or whether you wish me to bound right ahead and introduce you, or just play a little melody in the back. You say the word.
How about you distract the bugbear by playing music out here? Technically, you're not in the staff area, you're not breaking any rules or laws, but you will distract him long enough for CL and I to slip by.
Mm-hmm.
He'll definitely come and see what all the noise is about.
The music, obviously. A beautiful performance from our great musician here.
Yes, of course.
Vivi kind of like chuckles at a sort of smile that goes across her face. She looks, she's gonna look at this rock here. Does this rock look climbable?
Yeah, it's not that tall.
Uh-huh. Would I need to make a, like an athletics or acrobatics
No,
check?
you're fine to just walk upon it. It's absolutely fine. It's not, it's not as big as the one on the left, so you're absolutely okay to just stand upon that one.
Cool. In which case, Vivi will say, well, first little stage a little bit, let's hope you don't fumble. And she kind of gives a smile to Trillian and Oz and back a nod towards CL and just clears her throat and grabs her flute and climbs above the rock and may I make a performance check to play melody that almost resonates as if it's butterflies chiming through a little field.
Yep. As you climb onto the rock, you'll notice that the bugbear notices you at this point. He'll whip round on his patrol. This is him, his Burley. And he'll turn round mid-patrol. And he'll say, oi, you're not supposed to be here.
Vivi there's a person goes, greetings, my fine fellow. You are in the presence of Vivi, the songbird of the Sword Coast, lady of song, laureate of the lyre, and flute of the turning age. I heard a little bird tell me that there were some requests for some fine musicianship over here. And she grabs her flute.
No, I don't think there was.
Oh, please do
You'll
lend
just
your
see
ear
he
for some
scratches
short
the back of
minutes.
his head, and he looks more caught off guard than actually annoyed by you. He just doesn't really know what to do, and he'll just go, I don't really know like all about this, to be honest.
Nonsense, my fine fellow. Do come closer and lend me your ear, and perhaps I can grant you some relaxation after a very long and boring patrol. And she'll start playing this melody. Try and get him to come over and listen.
Oh, beautiful.
She is hypnotizing him like a snake.
Beautiful.
Nat 20!
Oh my god.
It's
I
still
wish I
joked
had
about the
the
performance of the
confidence.
live.
I wish I had the confidence that Vivi has.
Yeah.
You'll see as Burley begins to slowly take his pumpkin hat off and go, oh, you know what? That's one of the most beautiful tunes I've ever heard. And he'll come up to the fence here, and he'll start clapping, and you'll hear him just go, bravo, yeah! As Ciel and Odette, you manage to just sneak around the side here. Now, using the shadow of the rock as cover, you manage to just head round to take cover behind another wagon here that's a little bit taller, painted in red and embellished in several patterns, highlighted with some blue paint. And could you both make me a stealth check, please?
Sure.
Yes.
Hopefully I'm not gonna.
Suddenly lost my character sheet. There we go.
Let's see if I. Yeah, of course I'm going to screw this over now.
Oh, you could do a 1d4.
I have a. You're right. I
Well,
can
Mama's
have
got
that.
the 1d8, yeah.
And a 1d4. Can she use both?
No, I have one.
Yeah.
Only.
And I mean, they're from different sources here, actually, because one of them is just from the. Yeah, go ahead and do both, Barbara.
I could do both. Okay.
Yep. So you've got
Let's-
you've got the 1d8 and the 1d4, because they're from different sources. So
Sure. The gods hate me today. Just saying.
Oh, you know, I'll allow it. CL is very used to having to stealth by in the Shroud of Night, so I'll allow it to pass. So you manage to both encroach upon this caravan here, skulking in the shadows. And from where you are, you can see this clown is still blowing bubbles just atop this little log that he's sat upon. He seemingly doesn't notice you. He's just lost in his own world as he is just kind of exhaling through this bubble wand that he's holding. What do you do as you get up to this caravan?
Can I hear anything coming from inside the caravan?
So the caravan that you're stood by, you can't hear anything. But from the caravan that's behind the clown, you can hear murmurs in different pitch. You can't make out what they are at this distance, but you can definitely, it sounds like a conversation between two people.
I think TL is going to look at Odette and just whisper to her, so shall we go introduce ourselves to our fellow staff members?
Odette seems slightly hesitant as she's looking at the clown. And she kinda has like a forced smile on her face, and she's just like, yes, I will follow your lead.
Wonderful. And CL is going to basically adopt a more of a, he's going to adopt a bit of a presence of someone who's very already fed up of doing his job and having to interact with so many people. So being in their clown makeup, like their lips are going to be slightly down, so it's too tired of smiling all the time, as they are going to be walking with confidence towards the clown.
Odette is going to follow behind very quietly, but her movements are definitely like more pronounced. Like she's like swinging her arms and she's lifting her legs in an almost marching like fashion.
As you head up the incline here, the clown will not really turn from where he's blowing bubbles, but his eyes will shift towards where you both are stood. And he'll raise an eyebrow at you, but still very much not really turning his full attention to you. And he will say,
Oh, hello. You must be new. The staff caravans are over that way.
I'm very, very sorry. Yeah, I'm first time actually taking a break here. Which way you said? and Ciela's going to just adopt a very polite smile of like I'm apologies, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Could you make me a deception check with advantage, please?
With advantage, cool.
Yes, yeah.
Please, I am proficient in this bullshit. You can't do this to me.
Fantastic.
Okay, not too bad.
He'll put his bubble one back in the bottle. He'll sigh and he'll say,
Just across the way, it's the ones that are a little bit more colourful than this one. And this one is Mr. Witch, Mr. Light's caravan, but you probably already knew that.
Oh, yes, though I've been told about. I just didn't know. I've been told about it, but like in a way of, don't go there. They're a bit in a mood, right?
he sighs again, the smile on his face seemingly doing nothing to lift his mood, and he says,
Yes, something is concerning them, though we don't get to find out what. I suppose we'll just have to deal with it and hope that the bad move passes like a southern wind.
While they're speaking, Odette is just delicately getting a little bit closer to the caravan just to see if she can glean any information.
Can you make me a perception check, please?
Yes, I can. Once I bring up my sheet again. What was it? A perception?
Yes, indeed. Right, okay. So, as you sneak up to the wagon, while Ciel appears to be talking with this clown called Fako, you will hear two contrasting voices emanating from the wagon, which appear to belong to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Mr. Witch will speak first, and you'll hear him say, "You'll need to find a way to calm down." And Mr. Light, in a more high-pitched, shrill voice, will say,
"I'll calm down when that Kenku pest is gone."
Witch will once again say, "She knows nothing. She'll get frustrated soon enough and be on her way." Light then responds,
"I hope you're right."
and Witch says, "She will. Trust me." After this point, you'll notice that their conversation shifts to the current mood of the carnival, seemingly as they begin to spout ideas for new carnival acts or attractions at each other. But from what you can glean from their conversation, you can hear that they clearly are talking about a certain Kenku pest, who they hope knows nothing.
Do you think you could DM me what
Yeah,
they
I'll put
said?
it down.
Yeah,
I'll put it down.
thank you.
Yep.
Yep. As Odette is listening, Ciel is going to probably just try and, sit down, very feelingly be next to the clown, see if he wants to rant about anything, because it seems like the man is very, the mood is low. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone about your problems. Basically distracting from Odette and her peeking in.
Yeah. He'll... Let's see. Have I got a picture of him? I do, but I know May doesn't like clowns.
I'll just not look and I'll click off of it.
Yep, okay, there you go.
Oh, bless him. Bless
He's in
him.
a hilarious outfit, though.
Let's say very Morbalis.
Yeah, it
serving.
kind of is, though.
He's serving.
It kind of is.
Yeah, the slashing.
It is. Yeah, he'll just turn to you, Ciel, while Odette is listening into this conversation and go,
What about you? What duty have Mr. Witch and Mr. Light got you on today?
You... Guess it. The worst one, I would say, by my own standard, the worst one that you can get in a carnival. I've been dealing with crying children for the past several hours. Because they can't be crying here. They should be happy. Our guests should be, enjoying themselves. But
he nods empathetically and says,
It's like I always say, If you come to the Witchlight Carnival and you like children, by the time you leave, no, you don't.
Yeah, I was thinking of perhaps becoming a tutor at some point, but I think that died was the fifth one of them who accidentally stepped on my foot today.
He shakes his head, seemingly in sympathy with what you've experienced. That went,
Well, the sooner we have to deal with them, the better. I'm sure once this day will be over, we'll all have a drink round here and we'll forget about it ever happening until tomorrow, and we have to do it again.
I will hold you on to that drink, my friend. I think I will be needing it. Like, I need to go back. Probably like now already, because I'm on shift by myself at the moment, and it's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of hell. There's too many crying children. But yes, once I'm back, let's share one.
he nods and turns back to getting his bubble wand out and says,
Well, have a good shift. Just don't let them put you on snail racing.
Oof. Noted. I will rather throw myself into a trash can. He's going to stand up, looking at his companion, going, well, time we're ready to go back?
Odette, like, very overly, like, I don't know how to say this, she overly enunciates her nod, like, she's really leaning into the whole mime thing. I don't know how to say that, overacts, is that it?
yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what she's doing, and she starts, like, leading the way down.
Have a lovely break. Thank you so much for the advice. Ciel is going to wave the clown as he follows Odette.
Yep, he'll wave you off very dismissively if he gets back to once again blowing his bubbles and entertaining himself, leaving you just enough time to sneak round the side with a wall of thorns back to where Vivi is currently performing.
I'm just gonna move my...
For this, may I add, entranced bugbear, by the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful, by the way. I loved your confidence.
Vivi is a siren.
Yeah.
confirmed.
Can I, as they come round back, as Vivi's finishing her performance, could Ciel actually catch a minor illusion around Vivi as sparkles just fly around her at the final notes?
Yes, you can.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and I'll have a little noise for it as well.
Seeing out of the corner of her eye, Ciel and Odette like come round the corner, she kind of like starts to time in her head when this ends, and as they kind of come behind her and everyone's sort of safely undercover again, she gives a final like melodic trill to finish the end of her rendition of a song she's heard in Baldur's Gate, and just raise her hands and go, huzzah!
Burley will begin clapping very furiously and will say, oh yeah, that was delightful, thank you so much. Miss, before you go, could I get your autograph, please?
Aww.
My dear friend,
You'll notice he takes off his pumpkin helmet and he passes it to you.
oh!
That's so fucking cute.
I love this.
it.
I love Burley.
Phoebe reaches for a quill and thinks very confidently, lifting it in the air, and like leans down to sign Phoebe with a little flower on the end. Just go, well, I hope you enjoyed the wonderful music of the songbird of the Sword Coast, Lady of Song, laureate of the lyre, and flutist of the turning age, and I hope I will see you again someday.
Oh, me too, miss, it'll be my pleasure.
She gives a very, like, grandiose, like, overacting bow, and bids him one last little smile and a wave, and says, well, if they're ever looking for any musicians or entertainment further, though this place is quite wondrous it is, then you'll know where to find me. And she very gracefully, like, steps down from the rock and gives him a little wave.
He'll just wave back, still mystified by you, just sort of frozen in motion as he puts his pumpkin helmet back on. And he goes back to patrolling, but seemingly just looking at you for a good long while before he actually returns to doing his job.
Aww.
Well done, operation a success, I would presume.
You know,
Well
Ciel is going to very carefully just, take the back the disguise kit, rub all the makeup off himself and her dad, like, put the clothes back in and just dress up back as if nothing happened.
Odette is very, like, about him touching her, but she also doesn't want to continue to look like a mime, so she'll allow it.
He's going to just probably tell to Odette, just like, just a little moment, my lady, as he's going to take about 5 minutes, potentially intentionally.
Odette is putting up with it.
Vivi has got like the
think-
biggest like smile on her face right now.
These two kids to annoy each other.
Truly will look at all of you and go, well,
I think for people that have only been as mates, you all worked quite well together. I mean, I've never seen quite performances enticing as that, Vivi. That was
Aw.
quite impressive.
Vivi kind of passes on a smile, and again, once again, she gives a little bow and says, "Well, it was my pleasure."
You do live up
It-
to your name.
And that means a great deal to me. I've had many compliments over my time in Baldur's Gate, but music is the love of my life. What else can I say?
Well, you can tell that you certainly share that passion.
Well, I hope I can spend the rest of my life playing music of all sorts.
Hey! Could just stop you. And Ciel is just going to chuckle as he's going to turn to Odette. By the way, any information? Because I've got none.
Oh, for me.
Oh yes, because the clown knows nothing except being severely depressed about his own job.
Yes, I did notice that. How about we move away from the staff area and then we can, speak about what I heard.
What?
One mustn't stay in the same place for too long.
Yeah, unless you want to gain a certain reputation.
Right, we probably move away from the staff area to a place that is also still quiet. Also, just for
there is the-
Astrid in chat, we have finished the clown part. You no longer have to podcast.
I mean, we could always just head to the big top, which is right next to the staff area, so perhaps we go there.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
I'll put you back on the Witchlight Carnival map.
Okay. Well, from what I heard, it seems both Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are concerned about a Kenku of some sort. They said something about information as well, and how she didn't know anything, and how she would eventually get bored and leave.
Oh.
But that appears to be what's got their feathers all ruffled, for lack of better phrase.
Just
Oh,
to
Vex.
repeat to you all as your DM, sorry to interrupt you, Lauren.
Okay.
Mr. Witch said you need to find a way to calm down. Mr. Light then said, I'll calm down when that Kenku pest is gone. Witch then said, she knows nothing, she'll get frustrated soon enough and be on her way. Light said, I hope you're right, and Witch said, trust me.
Thank you. I didn't have enough time to write it all down as it was happening.
Yep, you're all good. I did DM it to you, but,
I
but yeah,
saw.
just obviously 'cause it's
Thank
your
you so
information, yeah.
much.
No, absolutely no problem.
So should we find this Kenku?
Well, it seems like the Kenku is somewhat of a pest towards them, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. I haven't ever had an interaction with a Kenku, so I can't exactly say what their temperament is like or how one would interact with one. But I'm not so sure if it's a brilliant idea.
I merely suggest as we can't reach Mr. Witch and Mr. Light right now, since they seem preoccupied. I'd like to see exactly what has gotten them so upset. I found it really a good place to start.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do wonder, though, if that's something we would come across easily. Whether we would have to find out some more information first, you know? Like where the Kenku would be, we would find it.
I mean, I don't have the faintest idea of what a Kenku is to begin with, so I have no clues on how to find one.
I'm glad I'm not the only one on that aspect.
I come from a simple small town. I know most faces there. Unfortunately, they know all mine. So, my understanding of the vaster world is reduced.
Would any of us have any idea what that is, or like
The Kenku?
yes, or some kind of check
You're
we could do?
Yeah, you're welcome to make me history checks. If you feel like your character would be able to recall one, I'll allow you to make me a history check here. I'll tell you a little bit about them.
Do one. She's from Baldur's Gate. She might have seen a lot of different things there.
Yeah, I'm happy for you already to know what they are, because they aren't, the most...
Ronnie?
I just
Yeah,
said I
hello.
didn't know because I didn't.
Would it-
Because Earl didn't know, but yeah.
Would my character ever encountered a Kenku? It makes sense for me to
That's a
roll
really
it.
good- Oh, that's a really good question. No, you definitely have. I
Oh, I
feel like
definitely
you
have.
probably have. Yeah, given what they usually get up to and what you get up to, I want to say yes, you probably see.
Do I remember them? That's the big question.
Alright, so, let me just wait for all of you to roll here, and we'll get this. Okay, right, so, you all recall the name Kenku, and you know these to be a race of flightless avian humanoids. They tend to be selfish and secretive in nature, and are often engaged in plots to acquire wealth and power. However, this is typically also just a generalization of Kenku, and many more have not only become adept with martial skills, but have the capability for magic. They typically only are able to mimic speech from mortals and creatures that they have heard before, but seemingly with developing intelligence, they are often able to develop speech patterns of their own. They are typically quite bird-like in nature, usually to a corvin disposition, so appearing to have the appearance of crows or ravens.
Huh.
Every time I think of Kenkus, all I can think of, it's broken? Yes.
Yes.
My reference for Kenkus is literally Genshin Impact. I don't know much about Kenkus at all.
What are you talking about? I don't remember no Kenkus in Genshin.
In Raiden's backstory, one of our friends was a Kenku.
That's a they were a Tengu, babe.
Oh. Never mind, I don't know anything about Kenkus.
I was sitting there, I was like, me with my big, like,
Oh, wow,
lore,
I mean-
extensive knowledge. I was like, I don't fucking remember no fucking Kengus in
Tengu.
Genshin.
Yeah. My bad.
As you're stood out in the just in front of the big top area, where you'll see that there are many guests coming to look at the schedule for the day, noting that the big event at the big top, which known as the Big Top Extravaganza, is probably going to happen in about an hour. You look out into the crowd of people. Now, there are many faces, an array of different species, and dressed in different colours, all brightly matching the Witchlight Carnival now, even as the evening begins to take hold and the sun begins to set in the sky. Now, a twilight canvas that sweeps overhead, shining down brightly, only illuminating the bright, vibrant colours of the Witchlight Carnival more. Could you all make me an investigation... Oh, sorry, yes, investigation check here, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Barbara,
12-4,
what's
12-4.
It's Trillian and Ciela like, what is thinking?
Barbara, we need to stop doing this.
No.
It's not the second time it's happened.
Alright, you all spend the next hour taking a perhaps peek around the carnival. You'll go from attraction to attraction, which will continue in our next session as well, obviously. But you take a peek around, looking at the different tents that have been erected here and the different attractions that have been dotted around this area of grassland that has become the Witchlight Carnival. Vivi and Oz specifically, you'll take a look through the crowd. Now, it is hard to see people. It is bustling. It is very busy at this time in the evening. You're having to very much squeeze past people. It's an area that's ripe for thieves and for things to perhaps get stolen, and you manage to just about dart around the crowd, keeping a very keen eye on anyone who looks suspicious. The two of you together will notice that while you're moving through the crowds and paying attention to suspicious-looking folks here, you very closely spot that there appears to be a figure moving through the crowd, looking like they're trying their best to sort of blend in. However, the figure that's doing this appears to be, of course, not only sprout the carnival wings that were given to you, a pair of pale butterfly wings with a dark orange pattern into them. You'll notice that this figure appears to sport some black feathers from the top of its head and is wearing a darkened navy robe that drapes to about the floor. You'll notice that they appear to try and blend in very carefully, just sort of moving into the shadows and as one with the crowd as it proceeds.
Evie like looks over to Oz and kind of like gives like a knowing look, saying, "Are you a look that kind of reads, are you catching my drift?"
Nose
Yeah,
gives
let's
like
say that-
a firm nod for that. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just going to say, so let's say right now, everyone's going to be pinging here. Let's say right now you're outside the big top and you're sort of moving around here. Let's say that the figure is around, you see the figure just kind of go all the way around here and is probably at the time where you spot them is just in this area here where these two arches mirror each other in the southwest of the carnival.
He kind of like motions his head as if like silently saying we should follow them. And he goes tentatively to the left side, hoping that Vivi will maybe cover the right side as they try to follow inconspicuously.
Just to say on a DM standpoint, I know that initially we were a bit dubious about the ending time. Barbara, would you prefer for me to end now, or are you good to finish at 11? Sorry, I know I should have finished
I'm
that
happy
earlier,
to
but I
finish
know
at
we
11
started quite
today.
late. Okay, we'll do that. Alright, so no problem. Okay, are you going after this figure? We'll just say for the purpose of this map that just about over here is where she stopped.
Yep, I was going to say, Vivi is kind of gestures to the rest of the party, going, she got points over there, sort of there, and goes, "I see someone over there. We should follow them."
Odette will follow. She's just
Cool.
vibing.
Sorry, I was just trying to see if I put a token on the screen how big it is. Because this map's not got, what do you call it? It's not really got many... What's the word I'm looking for?
Ciel, meanwhile, is going to shrug and go, sure, let's add stalking to our list of crimes.
Oh, it's not the worst thing you've done, I imagine. Let's go.
Wow.
Kiss me.
LMAO. That's crazy. So I'm just putting all of you on the map.
Yeah, I think, silently, Trillian will follow along.
Sorry, I'm just putting your tokens on the screen here just so you can control them, because I will put the character that you're about to go find on the map as well. Oh, sorry, Trillian just looks so much bigger than the rest of the party.
Sounds about
Cannon. Alright, feel free to move yourselves around this map. Sorry, I know it is a little bit scuffed, but they really do not provide a lot of maps for this area of the campaign. So feel free to say that you see this figure just kind of about here.
I'm gonna follow in the back with Trillian. As I'm assuming Vivi and Oz are in the kind of front leading the way, because I've not seen this person yet. I'm just following them.
Yeah. I'd say like
Same.
Oz is probably following them. It like saw that Vivi was going over to like alert the rest of the people. He was probably just doing that so they didn't lose sight of them.
Yep.
Let's make movements.
What direction? Fuck. Was it
It
again?
was down here.
Right.
Yeah, we're here.
So I'll just say I was catching up to them.
As you round this arch, you'll notice that this figure appears to be almost trying to flee from the main thoroughfare here, using tents and other carnival features to break line of sight at her. And where you manage to round up to where she stood, she's just between one of these arches where it would lead into snail racing on one side and the Pixie Kingdom on the other. You manage to get up to her, I'd say just about, I'm just going to move you down a little bit, just about here, where you realise that she's got no other choice to be, but perhaps to hop over the fence and head towards the trickling stream. I'm going to put her on the map and I'm going to show you what she looks like. Come on, where are you? Oh, you've got a funny name. Whoops. Okay. You'll notice who the figure is as you break through the crowd here in this navy robe that seems to cover her raven feathers. She has a long black beak with a sharpened end and talons that go to match. There are, just as you saw from a distance, these pale butterfly wings with these dark orange patterning, very much almost picked to allow her to blend in with the crowd. There are the edges of a bronze pattern on the edge of her fringe-like robe here, which allow her to seemingly move with agility and speed. And she'll pause here just as the five of you round up to where she stood. This is Kettlestream, the Kenku. And when she goes to talk to you, it's almost a very strange interaction that you have here, because she goes to talk, but seemingly she speaks with a voice that doesn't belong to her. And it's weird. She sounds like a human male, and she turns to you all, and as you've got her in this corner, seemingly away from the hubbub of the rest of the crowd, and she says, or rather, in this voice that doesn't belong to her, she says, "I can tell you've been following me for quite some time now. Why have you been searching for me?"
I think Trillian again will be kind of taken aback and go, "So, your voice? It's not what I don't think any of us expected that. Did someone cause your voice to be like that?"
She narrows her eyes at you and says, Well, I'm not sure why you're following me, and I'm not entirely sure why you've come to talk to me. So, with that being said, I'm not entirely sure how much information I should divulge to you.
Trillian kind of blink and then just go, oh, sorry.
Trillian,
Like,
it's okay.
wow.
Oh my god.
She'll
Don't
just
worry.
look towards you and just say, maybe you can explain better.
Yes. I will share some information with you, and I expect same in return. How about that?
She looks left and right and then looks back at you very intently with her beady eyes and then nods and she says, "You got a deal."
Very well. I heard that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light have a bit of, shall we say, discomfort with a certain Kenku who is wandering the carnival. Now, I'm not saying that Kenku is you, but you are the first we've seen thus far. They said something about you not having information.
Can you make me a persuasion check here, please, so that
Yes. Oh, even if I
I'll have her
pop
say
it-
what she's... I'll have her say what she's going to say and then I'll close the session out.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, fantastic. That's a nat 20 as well, oh my god!
Fucking hell.
Damn,
God,
she's a
damn.
persuasive woman.
Let's go.
She'd be tiny, but she'd be mighty or something like that.
That,
along those
yeah.
lines.
She beckons you towards her, just away from the crowd, where she kind of presses against this fence here, and she says, "Well, you look like trustworthy folk, so I'm going to trust you with the information I have, and hope that you won't repeat it. Or perhaps, given that you appear that you are here to investigate the carnival for your own purposes, perhaps we will find ourselves similarly aligned. My name is Kettlestein, and many years ago I made a Fey pact with Zablina, the Archfey who rules the Feywild domain of Prismere. Recently, I have become convinced that something is amiss with my patron. As a warlock, I sense that Zablina is no longer in touch with me. A very disconcerting thought. I came to the Witchlight Carnival to question the owners about Prismere, but they keep giving me the cold shoulder. I'm sure that they know more than they're entirely letting on. During my last visit, I overheard Witch and Light talking in their wagon. And you'll see that she goes to use her mimicry here. And she appears to mimic a conversation that they were having, where she begins as Mr. Light and says, "Someone is going to find out about this. They'll shut us down." And then mimics Witch's calm yet firm reply of,
We agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We let the hourglass cabin take what it wants, and in return, we stay in business. This is what you want, right?
and she finishes the conversation, turns back to you and says, "I am perhaps artfully causing trouble here in this carnival, and I refuse to stop until Witch and Light divulge what they know about Zablina and Prismere. I'm not sure why they're withholding the information from me, but also, due to the terms of my Fey Pact, I can't enter Prismere. I would like to know what has happened to Zablina, and seemingly they know something."
You know, I think you should cause as much trouble as you want until you get the information that you need. Acting on behalf of one's own patron is a wonderful thing.
He almost breathes a sigh of relief and understanding, and turns back to you. Trillian, you asked her about her voice, right?
Yeah, I did, yeah. At first,
Mhm.
but...
She'll turn to you and says, "Well, I appreciate that greatly, and knowing I can trust you, I suppose you have found a valuable ally in myself. If my eyes did not deceive me, I believe that I saw a group of 5 individuals not too far from the staff area earlier, so perhaps we are more aligned than you may have previously thought. As for the question about my voice, well, and from this, she'll just from her pocket, she'll produce a corn husk roll with a thorny stem tied around its neck, and she will say, I needed to be able to communicate in a way that I'm not typically predisposed to. I currently bear the voice of Candlefoot, one of the Witchlight Carnival hands. He will have his voice back, be assured. I'm not looking to cause that much trouble. Yes, I will send it to you, Odette.
Thank you.
I'll send it to everyone, actually. Okay, I'm going to close out our session here, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Thank
Yeah.
you for the
Alright,
first
okay.
session.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
happy
Hell
first
yeah.
session.
I will give us a nice little outro. So, as you've met with Kettle Steam, the Kenku, your endeavour into the Witchlight Carnival has taken you perhaps through a journey that you haven't quite expected, uniting you with 5 individuals who appear to be on a similar quest to yourself, and somehow threading you together through strings of fate that appear to have conspired to bring you all together to the gates of the Witchlight Carnival. But as you all go searching for whatever it is you appear to have lost, these parts of yourself, fragmented and thrown away through a wind that passed you by 8 years ago, you only hope that whatever it is, this feeling of longing, this desperate yearning that will not leave you alone, tugging a string from your soul and tightening it in its iron grip, will be able to lead you for just exactly what you're looking for. Whether you'll find it here as your mystery into the Witchlight Carnival begins to unravel and you realise that this place has more ties with the Feywild than perhaps you could have imagined, what you may be able to find out from Kettlestein the Kenku, and what secrets the Witchlight Carnival have to hold, perhaps more dark and sinister than you might have imagined, hidden by the friendly facades of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, may be more than you bargained for. But truly, a question you asked yourselves all before you came to the Witchlight Carnival today. How far are you truly going? How far would you be truly willing to go to reclaim that which is lost for you? And would it take you to another realm of possibility, adventure, and one that you'd never visited before? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. And that has been our first session of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Thank you 5 so much. I hope you
Hell
enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah, thank
yippee.
you.
Was
For being
so
a wonderful
fun.
DM.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
God.
I'm gonna go say goodnight to everyone on Twitch. Christian, Ben, Matt, love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. And thank you, of course, to May's stream as well, who I think I got some of your followers in that stream, May, so thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
Excellent.
That was very
Yes.
kind.
Everyone go
we will see you
support
all-
them.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, May Stream. Thank you, Maymo Chat. Love you.
We love
Thank you for
Bonnie.
supporting me. I appreciate you all very much. I will see you all next week on, I believe, Wednesday for Witchlight. I'm going to double check this with this, guys. But also, we have just started a new adventure over on my homebrew, which is the Edge of Yujo, and I hope you'll join us for that as well. Have a good night, sleep well, and I will see you all very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye,
Okay.
heroes.